Welcome, fellow castigators, to Brotocracy, the show filled with bro talk as we go over the week's news. I'm here with Tommy, Jensen.
Howdy. Got his name?
Yeah, just for 2 sec. Well, I forgot the ordering. And last but not least, the very gorgeous Micah, who has yet to join the game. Thank you very much. Come on, get in here.
Dude. No.
So, for our first story, a guy from Springfield, Ohio, went to City Hall. He is a man who has worked with the homeless for 25 years. He has a very good relationship with them. He's just a very normal hillbilly. You know, big beard and overalls. If you want to see the video of him talking, then it's the first link down below. But he went to City Hall claiming that the government are paying landlords to kick out residents under the guise of renovations, only to replace them with Haitians afterwards. And of course, charging the government triple the rent.
What the hell?
He says, quote, "I don't know of a single homeless Haitian in this town because they all got vouchers. But I can show you a whole bunch of people that have been displaced." End quote.
Bro.
And he talks about how he goes into, really grungy and a little dangerous encampments that government people pretty much refuse to walk into, that he goes in to help people. And apparently there are just, normal people in there, and as the tale as old as time, of course, many veterans. And it turns out Ohio could pay for these people's housing and help out their veterans 3 times over. But they're not going to, because they have to make way for the Haitians.
Apparently their government is in America last government.
Sounds
Apparently
like British.
so.
It does
Forcing-
sound like Britain. It sounds
Yeah.
exactly like Britain.
Preferential
That's concerning.
treatment for the people who just cannot stop causing vehicular manslaughter. I mean, it's crazy. There were so many stories of that this week that I just didn't even bother putting them in there. Just they cannot drive.
Did you count them?
I don't even know
Well,
how
yeah.
they're passing.
It's probably like Virginia, where illegals can get a driver's license.
Well, yes, I know that, but how are they even passing the tests? It's ridiculous.
Who said there was a test?
Yes, you can drive in a straight line. Go ahead. Drive in a straight line for 2
They
seconds.
probably were just too afraid of them, and we're like, "Here, just take the license. Don't eat me,
Don't eat me.
or don't
I'm
eat
not a
my,
duck.
my-
Go
my-
ahead.
I'm not a cat. Don't eat me."
So
Oh boy,
I'm
this is like the worst.
yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm not saying that it's true, since this is technically anecdotal evidence. But I will note that, he's just a normal guy. He's got no reason to lie about this or stir people up. It's probably true, honestly. It's probably true.
He's been chilling and helping out the bums for the past however long. I mean,
Yeah, for the past 25 years.
he's got
He
some
probably-
credibility.
Yeah, he's
True.
probably got that word
Credibility.
on the street,
Yep.
Right.
What's the word on the street? All the homeless people.
And I mean-
they tell you what.
All the officials are not doing their job or taking a
Like, this is
cut.
nefarious. Like, making Wait,
Ohio needs
are
to rise
they-
up.
They're making or suggesting landlords kick tenants out for.
Well, they're basically it's monetary incentive.
Oh, so
He
they're
mentions
paying
how
them
there
to do
was
it.
these people living in a house for 7 years with no problems. The landlord says, "Oh, you need to get temporary housing because I need to remodel, and then you can come back."
Mhm.
And then some Haitians move in, and they charge, 3 times the rent, with the government paying for it. So it's just, I mean, you don't even. It's not even much convincing or anything, or any kind of like
Yeah, any
conspiracy.
landlord who wants people to rent their houses again will probably say no to that because that is nefarious. Straight up.
Well, yeah, if any landlords had balls, but unfortunately, they all respond to
You
the
like money?
call of money.
Money.
I like money.
Also, in the second link, I have yet another cat eating video for you guys.
I don't know why they would do that because honestly, I think the Haitians would probably destroy their house. I mean, geez,
Right?
these people can't drive a car. What makes you think they can keep a clean house? And when you're renting, the house, it doesn't belong to you. Like, like these landlords aren't even thinking right. Like,
Yeah, no, it's not
you're
smart
gonna
at all.
sure you're gonna get a payout, but that payout is gonna leave immediately once you realize that they're wrecking your place. And then you're back where
Right.
you started, where you're like, "Oh, citizens of Ohio, please come back. Please come back and rent my house.
Yeah,
I
long
promise
term.
I won't kick you out again because of money." You know what I do? I just be like, "Yeah, I'll take your money," and then not do it. Because something tells me this is like a backdoor deal that they can't be, can't prove. Be like, yeah, I'll kick them out, and give me the money, and I'll do it, and then you don't. And they'd be like, why aren't you kicking them out? Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then
That's very
remodel the house.
Ah, clever. Do what you said in the first place.
Remodel the house
It's
for
the
the
federal
American.
government's money.
Just say, hey, I couldn't get any Haitians that could pay the
Full-on
rent,
play.
so gotta make a living.
So is it the
And
state or the
Americans go back
feds
in.
that's supposedly giving the money?
It'd have to be the state. I
Yeah, it would have to be
imagine.
the state. I couldn't
'Cause
tell you for
that's-
sure, but I'm.
That's an overreach.
It
if that's the
could.
feds, that's an overreach.
It could be the feds,
Yeah.
since according
Hey, has
according to
anybody
the
loaded in?
Nope.
yes.
I'm loading.
I've failed twice.
What the heck?
This happened last time when you hosted.
I don't actually
It may have
know.
been the server type I had on it. I'll restart it.
Well, now I gotta restart my game because it's stuck.
Oh, yeah, I guess mine is too.
Yeah.
I don't think the feds have a budget
Try
to
again.
offer that kind of money anyway.
But no, it could
Yeah, probably not.
could be the feds because according to the state, they were not informed about the Haitians being dropped off.
Well, okay, I guess
So
I
it
forgot
could be.
about that. Okay, that could be the feds then. And if that's the case, that's an overreach.
It's an overreach no matter who does it.
Well, yeah, true.
Yeah, it is.
But anyway, I also put another cat video in there. This time of a cat on a grill in Ohio.
Do local server.
Not because that's what I had it on before.
What? That's what I always did.
So now I've put it back to dedicated.
Oh.
But anyhow, not because I thought you really wanted to see a video of a cat being cooked on a grill, but just,
What?
further evidence. Since everyone's like, it's not true. So
Cat on a grill.
don't fact check me, David. Don't kid yourself, David.
What?
Come on, David. We're all fighting on the same team.
Tommy
Win this
didn't
together,
like the
David.
debate.
I know you're a Democrat. You run all kinds of biased stuff on me, and then I'm trying to put the bridge down.
Hmm.
Can mend
I
this
would have hit
relationship.
him with my 9-iron.
Oh my gosh, the cat is on the grill. What do you hear?
I'm gonna come.
Where did you put the link?
It's the second link.
I gotta go to the
Yeah.
stream.
Get the homies on the grill.
It is, and the narration's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's classic. They got 2 cats on the grill. What?
I see it. No.
There's
Dude,
no
it's
way
crazy.
that's
They
real, bro.
got food vouchers.
Oh shit. Yo, he's this thing got on the grill.
It's homies on the grill. Oh my gosh.
I loaded in.
Alright, I'm loading. Loading in.
Ugh.
Dude, he kind of looks like Mario, but like different
Who?
ethnicity.
What are you talking
The-
about?
The Good Samaritan who's helped out the bums of Ohio.
Do you mean the video game character Mario?
Yeah. He's got like
Oh.
the Mario get up going on.
If you say so.
He's got the red shirt, blue coveralls, red hat.
So here's an interesting story for you guys. I think you'll like this one. So the article is unclear as to whether this was a Palestine protest or a pro-Israel protest. I'm not sure which. I think it was a pro-Israel protest. But anyhow, there is a veteran named Scott Hayes. Wait, was that it? Oh no, not Scott Hayes. That's a. Oh wait, yes. Okay, Scott Hayes, who is pro-Israel, walks around with carrying an American flag and an Israel flag side by side. He also carries around one of the a photo of a particular hostage, so I think maybe he knows a hostage or knows someone who knows a hostage, something like that. But anyway, he was walking down the street doing his thing, and a pro-Palestine protester starts yelling at him, flipping him off. There's a video of this too, if you would
Wetting themselves.
if you would like. That's the third link. And then he just lunges the guy. He tackles the veteran Hayes. And what do you know it? Hayes just takes out, as they're, tumbling on the ground, Hayes takes out his pistol and shoots the guy in the stomach.
He takes
Nice.
Hayes' pistol or his own?
No, Hayes used his own pistol.
Dude, he's got a mask on. There's no way.
Okay.
So it,
Is that a mask? Is he got a chin diaper on?
I don't know. But
He
basically, this is an example of screw around and find out.
He's got a man bun and a chin diaper.
We're not 20 minutes through, so I can't say the actual term. But you understand what I'm saying.
This is crazy.
Because obviously self-defense.
Yeah.
It was only one shot just to put him down.
Dude, you look gangster.
He actually didn't die, also thanks to Hayes. Because Hayes actually took the time to stabilize him
Really?
while the police were arriving.
What an absolute unit. So you provided medical attention on the guy he shot afterwards,
Yep.
man.
Pretty much.
That's awesome. Dude, what what compels a man to just randomly charge and tackle somebody cuz what? He's got a shirt on.
I don't understand why people care so much about Palestine. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't give a shit.
Because they
Oh,
have
my
to
God.
support a current thing. Come on, man.
And my game's frozen. Beautiful.
Oh, that's lame.
It says you're now idle.
Must support current thing.
I don't care. Beans.
I also-
No! I saw those beans.
I was in the room.
Possession is no longer available.
Join me.
Invite me.
You've been invited.
Nice. Well,
Like, I don't.
I hope
I
hope he
don't
has a
see
swift-
myself caring enough about another country to do such a thing. Like,
There you go.
only my own country, you know?
Yeah. I mean, even if you had a dude who like had a communist shirt, he was like, you know, you communist or you capitalist pig, blah blah blah, whatever.
Well,
as
at
long as
that
he's
point,
not.
you know, you laugh and you're like, and you just go, haha.
Well, that's what I'm
But-
saying. You just don't take them seriously unless they're threatening your life or something, or your family's
I'm
life.
just saying, if it's.
Which?
Oh my gosh. Tommy, no!
I was down.
I hope he gets a swift case or jury or whatever. What's it called? Swift
Yeah. It's
trial.
just- I
Swift
feel
trial.
Like that
Easy.
isn't worth it. Like, I can maybe see you starting to fight it if someone's smack dog in your own country, but like someone else's, like I don't care. It's not worth it. And even if it was my country, I just laugh at you because it's funny.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, if you were both wanting to throw down, then I would be like, okay, well, you know, just fight it out. But, you know, it's not a mutual combat type of deal. You're just charging at somebody with your little diaper chin and ponytail. It's like,
I don't see
Oh,
any
man.
zombies where I am for some reason, and it's pretty sus.
I cannot join you. This is not good.
Where are the zombies?
There's usually like a ton down here.
No. Like there's.
There it is.
Oh! Who's
So
the host?
you guys want to guess how the
Oh.
veteran is being treated?
Oh.
He's in jail.
Yep,
I don't know.
he's out, but it was a $5,000 bail,
Mm.
and he's got an assault charge, which is lovely.
Assault. He has the assault charge.
obviously-
Yeah.
You guys are gonna let me die? We're at the end of the level. I mean, when you're carrying, you're supposed to only use it as a last resort when the threat is,
If
you
you
know,
feel like your life,
you know, is equal to your gun. And I honestly, I don't think a little man complaining about Hamas is enough of a threat to freaking shoot him.
He
No, I-
tackled him. Did you see the video?
He tackled him, but he was a smaller guy, and there were other
So?
people trying to help.
as long as you can verbally explain why you did what you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as he can prove it in court. I mean, he can, I guess.
It only takes one head
It's not
head
really-
I mean,
slam
it's
to
on
knock you
video,
out.
so
Not even a
you
head
grab
slam,
somebody-
like
if you-
to soft tissue. You know, your neck, your balls.
But if he tackled him and got a good head slam in, he would have been knocked out. Then he could have grabbed his gun or done whatever he wanted to him.
Okay, but he fired after he tackled him though. So
Well, yes. That's what I'm saying.
I just it's a slippery slope because he now has to prove his innocence.
Which I
You'd have to
think is
prove
pretty
your
cut and
innocence
dry.
no matter what you did. If you punched him, it'd be the same.
Well,
thing.
the thing is like, if he had on video a threat equal to that of his gun, that's an easy thing to prove.
Well, that's
but-
for police. For him, he can explain that he tackled me. I don't know if he had anything else. He was already attacked me. I did what I thought I needed to do. Realized he didn't have anything else. So I, conducted aid.
Yeah, it's not equal to the gun. It's fear for your life. If you think that your life is going to be in danger, or for you and your family or whatever, then you're justified. I think getting tackled by a psychotic man is justified.
In Diaper Man.
Diaper man. Because
Oh, he was,
police are up to a higher standard because they have more authority.
He was in his legal rights to use lethal force in that too.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully,
I'm not saying what he did was wrong. I'm just saying it's a dangerous game.
I mean, I'd rather shoot him and face consequences than him bludgeoning me to death or whatever. Like, oh, I
Better
can take
be-
him. Bop. Knocked out. Yeah, safe than sorry, basically. Is the news covering them like he's a racist or...
Probably. I haven't seen anything.
Not that I saw.
what do you call those people?
But I'm sure someone did.
Zionist.
Disgusting. Oh wait.
He's a
I don't know.
Zionist.
Yeah, probably.
Oh wait, no, you're talking about the other guy. Never mind. Oh shoot! Oh shoot!
Well, let's talk about Trump's the second assassination attempt of Donald Trump.
round two.
Which
2-0.
I was
Nation.
yet again with Micah during that time. We weren't recording again though, unfortunately. That would have been sick if we got it twice. But
Would it have been?
well, not really, but
Beans. They're mine. They're mine.
I still have my beans.
The beans.
Oh, there's another beans. I'm gonna eat this one.
a man
Got that.
named Ryan Wesley Routh attempted to assassinate Trump while hiding in a bush about 500 feet away from him at the Trump International Golf Club in West Palm Beach, Florida. Routh was spotted by Secret Service, shot at by Secret Service, but he escaped in his car and was arrested in a neighboring county.
Yep.
Routh, to no one's surprise, has been registered with the Democratic Party since 2012 and has donated to them 19 times since 2019.
Yeah, he's a fanatic for the Ukraine conflict too.
Mhm.
I think he was trying to recruit people and go over there and
Yeah,
fight.
he tried to recruit people from Ukraine. He visited, and
And they
he
rejected
actually
him.
lied at one point, claiming that he had fought with Ukraine, which was
True patriot.
interesting. But his take was that the whole thing was black and white, and it was good versus evil for sure. It's like, man, for someone obsessed with Ukraine, you sure know nothing about their history.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah,
Say so.
Ukraine
Yeah.
is inherently
They're-
good. That's an interesting
Sure.
idea.
Yeah, they were founded on good, definitely.
Mm-hmm. But he's been crazy. He's 58
Bing!
58 years old, and he has over 100 criminal filings in North Carolina
Yes.
alone.
Oh my gosh.
Bro's been caught doing stuff he shouldn't a lot.
Yo.
So no surprise that this is the person that he would become.
Yeah, I think he had a weirdly modified SKS, I believe.
It's a sporterized SKS.
Sporterized.
Yeah, it's a SKS taken out of its wooden frame and thrown into kind of like a more plastic type frame. It's
Okay.
it's a big like Bubba thing to do. Like you see people do that with Mosins a lot, where they're like, the wood's too heavy, and they take it out of the wood and change it into this plastic, kind of like the same plastic that ARs and stuff use.
Yeah.
So it's a sporterized SKS with
Bastardized.
an extended internal magazine.
Was it 4 shots from the Secret Service and none from him?
He got 4 shots off, probably not towards Trump, but firing at Secret Service that was, currently shooting at him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
I was uncertain whether it was the feds that were shooting or him was shooting. Or both.
I've heard that he got 4 shots off, so he probably got 4 shots off, and then there were more shots fired from, the Secret Service. Trump was a good distance away. He was still within the effective firing range for an SKS. And, that's, a new SKS. I don't know the history of this one, when the last time the bill got changed out, any of that stuff. So I don't know how accurate this exact SKS was. Although a SKS is accurate up to about 440 yards. And that means, Trump was within the range, but not within line of sight. So there was it's a good thing. Guy set up a sniper hide. He set up ceramic tiles. Originally, I heard ceramic plates, but they were ceramic like flooring tiles.
I don't know anything about ceramic plates, but would that do the same thing?
I'm talking like ceramic armor plates.
Yeah. But you said he had flooring
Ceramic.
tiles.
Yeah, flooring tiles do not do.
They don't do the same thing.
I mean,
Enough of them
they
will.
don't do the same thing.
And enough of them will
I mean,
stop a bullet, but
in this case, would it?
no.
Okay.
So
That's what I was trying to get at.
yeah,
So he's not
He's
smart
like,
when it
this
comes
is
to
what they
ceramic.
do.
He's probably like, oh, ceramic tiles,
Ceramic
plates, it's
plates.
ceramic, right?
all those times are good that these
Same
people
thing.
don't know nothing about firearms
Same
and how
thing.
guns work. Because the way ceramic works to stop bullets is that as the bullet hits, the ceramic tiles crush and deform with the bullet catching it, eating up all that energy, right?
Right.
And that's what allows, level 4 plates, level 3 ceramic plates to work. Unlike steel plates, which are just harder than the bullet, I do not recommend steel plates, though, if you guys are looking at buying body armor, because when bullets hit steel, they do something called spalling, which the softer lead and copper hits this steel and shatters,
There's a witch over there. Careful.
and bits and pieces of the bullet fly in every direction, so it can throw chunks of the steel and of the bullet up and into your neck, your chin, your arms.
Your
It just
balls.
Right.
does not work. It stops the bullet from punching through you and just spreads it out.
It's probably not fatal, but you wish it will be.
Depending on the size of the round and how much energy it could be. Because, ceramic plates can actually stop bullets better than,
But aren't they more like
depends
they're
on
not
the,
durable though, right?
depends on the plates.
Like you only get a couple ones that are like couple bullets will get caught or something rather than this is it Kevlar or steel?
So you're probably
think
taking
Kevlar's
steel, which
more
can take a
resistant.
bunch of hits, but if you're taking that many hits that's becoming important, you've made issues.
Sustained fire. Well, I mean, it just really depends. Like, if you're gonna get shot a lot, probably not ceramic, but everyday use ceramic.
Well, no, even the military uses ceramic. Like, they can take multiple shots to the same spot, depending on which
Really?
ceramic hits you get. I saw
Are they
a
just
test for
layered?
this. Kind of. It's hard to explain the science behind it because I'm not as proficient in that type of science. I'm not expert there, but I do know that it works because I did see someone test it, and they shot 1,000 rounds of 9mm into a plate, a ceramic plate, and not a single round got through. Which
Really?
is insanely impressive, by the way. Even though it's rated to stop armor-piercing 30-06, like, that's a much bigger round. Enough rounds of anything will eventually get through. It's just the fact that the ceramic kind of, after it would break, would just kind of fall down into the rest of the gun. Oh, not the rest of the gun. I was just switched from my gun to a melee weapon in the game. Into the rest of the plate would help absorb the impact of the rest of the bullets. So that's how that worked. There. To my knowledge. Yet again, I'm not a armor expert. I just know what works.
What if you strapped a couple of midgets to a riot shield? How would that compare?
Oh,
The riot shield will stop bullets still.
like the baby armor from was it Batman? Or no, Superman. Did you remember that? Was it a comic? I think it was a comic.
Baby armor?
Yeah, a comic depiction of Superman. One of the bad guys, I guess, held a bunch of babies hostage. So he went into a hospital, and he duct taped babies to him so that Superman couldn't kill him while he was doing crime.
That's been done in
It was
real life.
baby armor.
It does not work. The police will still shoot you and rush in to catch your dead body before the babies hit the ground.
Dang.
I'm just saying, dude. It was in the comic books. It happened.
Baby
It's almost
armor.
like comic books don't know how weapons work.
Baby armor. Hey, it was pretty funny. I mean, he probably defeated him. I forget what happened.
Yeah, I mean, I
Man
think
is faster than a speeding bullet.
Yeah,
Can't deal
he's-
with it as baby armor.
doesn't take into account his speed.
Yeah.
He could definitely
he
get the
did a
babies
valiant
off him
effort.
before anyone got hurt.
It was, it sounded like it would work, but practically
Little known
speaking.
fact: the human body is not good at stopping bullets.
Really?
It is
Jump in
too
there.
soft and fleshy.
Unless you're super
Yeah.
obese.
Oh.
Yes and no. I believe the math for that was 4 or 5 feet of fat to stop a bullet.
Oh, crap.
Nice.
So I gotta be super obese so I can tank all the bullets.
Yeah, we're talking 600-pound life stuff here.
Yeah, and then you'd be not faster than a speeding bullet, but fatter than a speeding bullet.
And that's to
Ah.
stop a bullet, not all bullets.
You could be the man who eats the speeding bullet.
Right. If you get a bigger bullet, you get issues.
Yeah.
Especially, it doesn't even be bigger. It just has to be faster.
Hmm.
Yeah, because the faster the bullet, the more, the better it is at penetrating things,
Hmm.
penetrating the armor and such.
There you go.
Well, I'm glad I asked.
But no, midgets will not stop a bullet. Ballistic shields aren't even that great at
Hey,
stopping.
no. 4 to 5 feet of midgets will stop a bullet.
You gotta strap them to you like
According to your
horizontally.
math.
Bullet. I don't even think that would stop.
If
really
I
stop
use
You guys ready?
like
Too bad. Let's go.
5 midgets as a shield, that would work.
True.
Yeah, sure.
Just a theory. A game theory. A war crime theory.
It's only a war crime if you're a soldier doing that.
Oh.
Civilians aren't regulated by the Geneva Convention.
Have to take that into consideration.
Which also means if we start committing war crimes, we're not really protected by the Geneva Convention either, but that's besides the point.
Oh, that's true.
Hmm.
Dang it.
Oh, well.
So be it.
So, Micah. 2 shooters. In so little time. What's going on here?
2 shooters in 2 months, man.
What do you think's going on here, man?
Dude, I think the Republicans are like super dangerous. They're basically terrorists at this point. They're enacting political violence. You know, they have like a lot of guns that they're using all the time. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Republicans need to stop.
Right.
This is like divisive and
Because,
You know,
Trump
treating
is
others
Hitler
as your
who's
enemy.
going to kill... He's going to kill democracy. He's literally Hitler, so... You know?
yeah. No, you can't blame them. No, definitely.
Absolutely not.
I think it's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's for sure not this rhetoric that they've been peddling for
No,
the
no,
past
no,
8
definitely
years or
not.
so.
No, let me in.
It's definitely not the intense propaganda and rhetoric that is
The
getting
rhetoric.
this dude shot at. I mean, it's ridiculous. All the name calling and accusations of fascism and all this thing, when they're literally prosecuting a political opponent and aggressively peddling lies that get him shot at.
Yeah, you're definitely not
beautiful.
getting gaslit by them.
No, not being gaslit at all.
Heck?
Trump's the fascist for sure.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Hey,
They're-
don't do that.
There's, I just like, I don't know. I'm not surprised at all, but at the same time, they're like, all their platitudes are that, you know, conservatives and the deplorable right wing MAGA people are so violent and, you know, aggro and hateful and stuff. And then almost all the political violence that's happened over the past few years has just been, you know, the Democrats.
Yeah, all the burning buildings, all of the riots, all of the looting, all of the school shootings, all the assassination attempts. It's all on the side that says, "No, you're literally a Nazi, Charlottesville."
You're dangerous. We have to take your guns away.
You're dangerous because you have a gun. I'm so
Yep.
mad.
It's pretty insidious. I don't know. It's not naive anymore. They're not being hubris. They're being malicious.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
They're just trying to poke the bear, and then every time the bear, yells at them, they're like, "Hey, man, dude, you gotta chill out, bro. Why are you yelling at me?" Proceeds to poke him more and more and more and more and more, and then it's just like, how much do you get to poke the bear before the bear pokes you, Batman?
How many times? How many times?
Let's find out.
Yeah, I have my coworker is a real hick. He always goes on about going fishing and eating biscuits and gravy. I'm serious. This, like, every time he talks, it's so predictable. It's hilarious. He's like a walking stereotype.
That's amazing.
He's like, I ain't even gonna bother going to the doctor because they're gonna tell me to quit smoking. That's all they're gonna tell me. And
I know smoking's good for you.
I ain't gonna do that.
Smoking gets me through the day.
I'm like, all right.
That's hilarious.
It's like, that was a trick. I was like, well, they're not wrong, but you're also not wrong. So you're kind of at a logical impasse here.
Keeps me alive. You understand?
But his working
What
theory.
you have to do to get this? Find adrenaline.
His working theory is that the deportations are not going to go well, and it's just going to be an American versus illegal war. That's what he says.
I just don't think the illegals have like the unity behind them, though. They're very
Right. Yeah, it would be
they're
interesting.
very individually selfish. The only reason they're here is
Well,
because
his
this country
theory
is
is
better
that-
than their country.
His theory is that it would be like a light civil war, in that there would be defectors, essentially, who would stick up and fight for them. and organize them. I mean, I still don't think it would work, but I could see that maybe.
No.
Yeah, I
But
think if they had some leadership,
I trusted you,
Yeah,
Tommy.
Maybe. But that was his black pill for the day. Was he's like, well, if Trump gets in office, he's gonna kick him out, and we'll have a small
Tell me why.
we'll have a small civil war, and if Kamala gets into office, we'll have a
Tell
big
me
civil
why.
war.
either way, he's
all
like,
I mean,
all
you're
right,
working.
hey, I'm ready for it, dude.
okay. I
Wait a minute,
hope
wait a
you're
minute.
dead
Wait, guys,
wrong.
Wait. Tommy,
It's hilarious.
Tommy, say something.
What?
All right, good. I thought your mic was not working. All right,
Oh no, it's fine.
it's just me. Dude, quit teabagging me.
So here's
I deserve
here's
it.
another
You
thing.
get what you deserve.
Here's another thing about Trump for you. Tommy and I were talking about this before the stream.
Yeah.
So
Tommy's about to get pounded.
What?
Is your screen still frozen on this stream?
yes.
Gay.
It's crazy.
So, police reported finding explosives in a car at Trump's rally on Long Island. But this is where it gets confusing. So,
Oh, it's stuck in the water.
Tommy and I found 3 different reports between us. So what I found was a county spokesperson who says that the bomb dog handler made a false report, and such a thing did not happen. The dog found nothing. And then what Tommy heard was that it was not a police dog, and it was like a self-trained bomb
shoot it?
sniffer, just some hick, I guess. And then there was a third article.
Yeah, you just shoot it, Tommy. Shoot.
Tommy found. What did that one say? It was
Quick,
like
you climb.
The third one was that it wasn't a official bomb dog. It was a bomb dog in training.
right. So we got
So
three
it's like-
different reports here.
So they have no idea what's going on.
Basically.
But
Yeah,
a bomb was
and-
detected somewhere.
And so we were talking about it, and it was just so funny because I was like, well, I've got an official report here. And then he found an official report there that says something different. And it was like, what?
What do you mean?
What do you what? So yeah, it's like a game of telephone. They have no idea what really happened. Because my first thought was like, this is like they found a bomb threat and they're trying to cover it up for some reason. And then I was like, I don't think anyone knows what the hell they're talking about. And somewhere in the middle is the truth, but I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's almost like the news, is not authoritative.
Yeah, it's
in
almost
the
like they're
absolute-
determined to obfuscate. And even the authorities are determined to obfuscate what's happening. You know, because
They just
like the authorities in
know.
Ohio are like, nobody's eating cats and dogs. Well, writing reports saying that they're eating cats and dogs. It's like I don't even know who to believe in this
Nope.
situation.
No.
Information is hard to discern sometimes. And it's best just to be very cynical and cautious
Pretty
about
much.
coming to any conclusions right away.
So basically, there you go. Do what you will with that information. Decide for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, if a lot of news outlets are saying consistent things throughout all of them, then you can kind of discern and be like, oh, well, that probably is happening to some degree. But all these other different details might be wrong. But there's definitely a bomb found because all the news says there was a bomb found type of deal.
Right.
So
I think that
you could
I
do
think
that.
the only concurring news here is dog thought bomb was found. The dog thought he found a bomb, and
that's
there's
all we
some
know.
disagreement as to the efficacy of the dog's accuracy and whether or not a human confirmed there were explosives.
Right.
So pretty much there was a dog, it was sniffing, and it may or may not have found something. There you go. This is a
you go,
great
folks.
story with
We solved
great certainty.
Bomb has been planted.
Yeah,
Whoops.
I'm a great journalist, can't you tell? Wonderful.
We're totally experts at this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow I'll drive down to Long Island and I will get you the on the street view.
You'll get the scoop.
Yeah, I will talk to the dog and ask.
What? No.
Interview the dog.
Yeah, we'll get it from the expert himself or herself.
Ugh.
Anyway, so I have a crazier story than that one. RFK Jr. is being investigated by the feds.
Of course he is.
Pretty much only because he's backing Trump. If he was backing Kamala, this wouldn't have happened. But he's being investigated for taking the head of a whale 20 years ago.
I just healed myself with.
Apparently, and this is according to a 2012 interview with his daughter, where she told a story where apparently a whale carcass washed up on the beach. He beheaded it with a chainsaw, strapped
Ooh.
the head to the front of his car, and drove it to New York.
I respect him tenfold if that's true. That sounds awesome.
I mean, that's pretty insane. That is some
Why is
hillbilly
he just-
nonsense.
Why is he just driving around with a chainsaw?
I mean, no.
That's what I was wondering. I was
I'm
like, he
right
took a
by the
chainsaw
door,
to the
no.
The chainsaw to the beach, man.
RFK Jr.'s just like, oh, you never know when you need the chainsaw at the beach.
You never know.
What is this? What was
Oh
this
my
madman up to?
I don't. How is this a story? Who is making these things up?
I don't understand why they. So it was already dead when he found it.
Yeah, dead.
Why the
washed
hell do
up.
they care?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I
If
don't
true, it makes him look more awesome.
Let the man do what he wants with the dead whale head. I mean, I don't
According to his daughter, every time they accelerated, whale juice would come in through the windows. And
Wait,
they were being they were getting flipped off by people because it was getting on people's cars.
It could
Those
be
were
escape.
her words, was whale juice.
This is.
So yeah, I mean, what a farce.
so
If this is true,
I think
RFK
whale
Jr. is an absolute mad lad.
what sort of whale was it?
Didn't say. Because I mean, this was just
I'm sure she could identify the whale.
like a vague, funny
breed.
anecdote that she told
You have to take
on
adrenaline while
TV in
hitting it.
2012. So I don't.
What?
We don't have much detail about this
Aha.
one.
It's-
That's just
It is not.
what she
okay.
said.
This did not happen, and if it did happen, it would be awesome. So
Oh, I
Right.
think that attracted the horde.
why? I don't understand. Is she like smoking crack cocaine or something? Like what's going on here?
Yeah, Tommy, take adrenaline and then hit the gong, and
I
you'll get the
just-
achievement.
It was an amusing anecdote. She told it in an interview 12 years ago. I don't know what to tell you. That's what she
Oh,
said.
this wasn't even recent.
No, no. Apparently, this happened 20 years ago.
The interview?
No, the event.
Oh.
The interview was 12 years ago, where she told
well,
the story.
Still, why the hell do they care?
But yeah, apparently 20 years ago, he took a head off a whale
That's
carcass.
that statute of
I
limitations.
don't know if that's illegal.
You are gonna let me die in the
This
same
is-
spot.
Is
The
that
whale.
is that illegal? I don't even know.
No, it's not.
I mean,
Why would
could be.
anybody care what you do with an animal, wild
I
animal?
mean, you can haul a deer on like the front of your head, right? So
It depends on the state's roadkill laws or carcass laws.
there's carcass laws.
Yes, there is. Because they don't want you
Carton?
spreading diseases.
Man, why can't I spread diseases, bro?
Because it can wipe out things.
I think that's just a skill issue.
Let me see.
I hit that.
Let me see what agency it was. That might tell us something. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration.
Hey,
So PETA's pissed off.
So yeah, it must be something about the animal itself that
Yeah.
they're
Animal
upset
abuse.
about.
Makes sense.
Apparently, this happened in a beach in Massachusetts.
the machine malfunctions and you beat the game.
Okay, even though she doesn't state the type of whale, their claim is that it is protected by the Marine Mammal Protection and Endangered Species, making it illegal to possess any part of it.
So it's the same thing as like protected birds, like the eagle and stuff, right? eagles and hawks. You can't own even a feather of them because you can't prove how you got it.
Right.
You can't prove that it died of natural causes, basically.
Can't prove that RFK didn't kill the whale from the beach.
Hey,
With his
you did
chainsaw.
it.
He just did like a
Now it alerted the horde.
he did like a
He's like a freaking like a One Piece character. He just jumps out into the middle of the sea, chainsaws a whale, drags it back onto shore.
I would vote for him if you did that.
Yeah, I
thought
mean,
he
if
told
it's
the wizard
true, it's
why I
wild.
didn't say anything.
This guy can run a country.
Yeah, so I guess it all depends on if it's true and what kind of whale it is.
And how can they prove what kind of whale it was?
Well, I mean, we assume he's still he did something with the head. I mean,
Put it on his house. Hung it up.
presumably as a trophy. I don't know what else you would do with it.
But I mean, he didn't even kill it. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, but it's still like illegal to possess or transport it. So
Yeah.
you know.
I'm sure he would definitely do that.
That's the statute of limitations. 12 years, it has to be. Again, wow, Tommy.
I think it depends on the crime if that's a thing, right? The limitations.
Yeah, each
Yeah, it's a
crime has a
limitation.
different type of limitation.
Yeah, but for
Yeah, but
that,
if it is
you
a
know,
federal crime, then it
has
doesn't
to
matter.
be-
Yeah.
It has to be way past it for it to be, you know, to be in 12 years. You'd think it'd be past it, right?
Well, unless it is
Maybe.
a federal crime, then no.
Or they, found new evidence,
Probably not.
aka the fact that he possesses it.
Well,
Well,
they're bringing up
obviously-
30-year-old stories to slander these people.
Yeah, obviously, it just, I mean, it just makes him look really clean. 'Cause, like, they obviously had to dig really hard for this, and this was the best they could do to find dirt on him. Was a 12-year-old whale story of a 20-year-old event that, might not be true at all. Probably isn't. It's pretty lame. It's weak sauce if you're gonna go after your political opponent. If that's the best you can come up with. Just kind of makes your opponent look good.
Yeah.
Like, oh boy, RFK's a Nazi? I don't think so. The worst thing he did was decapitate a whale that one time.
With a chainsaw.
And I'm
at
not
the
sure I really
beach.
fault him for that. you know?
It's like, I mean, what are you gonna do, man? A dude stumbles upon a whale and happens to have chainsaw? What would you do?
I mean, just run. Just run.
That's what I'm doing.
I probably wouldn't have done anything. I would have been
I'm
too
done
lazy.
for.
Because if it's
Let the
true,
bro do
he'd
bro
have to
thing.
be a
Seconds.
yeah. If it's true, he'd
That
have
was
to be a crazy
insane.
man to see that carcass and just be like, "Let's take the head. Let's go." Because I would have been too
I
lazy.
mean, I don't know
Oh,
what a
man.
whale skull looks like, but
No.
it would make a cool mantelpiece, I have to say.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, imagine that in your beach
I mean,
house.
if I
Radical.
I'm just gonna
Yeah, if
quickly
I had a
Google
chainsaw,
whale.
I'd do it.
If I had enough guys with me, probably.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, honestly, it's not terribly interesting. Never mind.
What?
Whale skulls don't
Whale
look
skull.
terribly interesting at all.
Oh,
At least until you say it's a whale skull, in which case,
Then I
It's
guess.
just-
Well, I guess it's a good conversation piece then.
yeah.
But I guess it depends on what kind of
It's
whale.
better
it
than a
was.
walrus penis.
Well, he had it on. That's a joke they're not gonna get.
That's fine.
Okay. It depends. Well, it has to be a small whale, right? Because he would be able to put it on the front of his car.
I guess.
What did it say? What
No, I
state this
picture
was
it to
in?
be the biggest whale possible.
Massachusetts.
I'm just gonna Google what whales found in Massachusetts. What whale is found?
My mic is falling.
Humpback whales, fin whales, minke whales, sei whales, blue whales, sperm whales, right whales, pilot whales, harbor porpoise. Okay. Looking for like a mid-sized one. Blue whales.
I tell you right now, it ain't a blue whale.
No, it ain't a blue whale, and it ain't a humpback whale. Oh, look huge. It is a sperm whale. They're all like really big.
Yeah, because it's a whale.
I know. I'm trying to find like which one looks like it's the smallest, and that's the one I'm gonna guess. Sperm whale size. Oh, 60 feet long. Okay, that 45 tons. Okay, definitely not that one.
That's pretty small.
It's just a head, though.
Tommy, 45 tons.
Yeah, I said that's pretty small for a whale.
Okay, but I doubt you're gonna fit its head on the front of your car.
I'm not saying it's small. I'm saying for a whale, it's small.
Yes.
I
Yes,
don't
I
know,
do agree.
man.
For a
I
whale,
don't know.
just have it. Yeah.
Are we sure it wasn't a dolphin?
That would have been so lame.
I mean, I thought.
I don't know
Yeah, I
much
mean,
about
that's-
RFK Jr., but I'm pretty sure he could identify a dolphin.
Well, yeah, his daughter would be. Anybody can identify a dolphin.
Are you sure? They might have that worm. That brainworm might have gotten to
Brainworm.
him.
Well, okay.
This was 20 years ago, though. This was pre brainworm.
That we know of.
She probably was. She probably was younger though, like maybe a lot younger. I don't know.
And apparently, this head was big enough
It-
that it
wait.
was
But it was what?
sloshing through the side windows. So I can't imagine it could have been a dolphin.
The mink whale is.
It had to
the
be a
smallest
decently sized head.
whale. Okay. All right. I got it. I think I know what it is. So the minke, M-I-N-K-E whale is the smallest whale found in Massachusetts. They can be over 30 feet long, usually closer to 15 to 20 feet. Females are typically larger than males. So let me Google mink whale.
Ah,
I'll put a picture of the skull in the chat.
Okay.
minky.
That's probably what he has. I'm gonna assume. Assuming he kept it, you know. Yeah, not terribly interesting. Come on, just give me a clear picture. Alright, hold on.
Mike, are
second.
you playing a different game?
Yeah, I can't join them.
Why are you gay?
I can't join them. What do you want me to do?
I'm
Alright,
joking, I'm
that's...
joking. Well, that's interesting.
I mean, I guess I could just start
There you go.
just start
That
jerking the wing, dude.
probably the
What do you want me to
whale.
Not doing work. I'll have to tell HR.
Wait, what's the...
You started just like jerking the
So
wing.
why
Oh.
don't you look up mink whale skull or
I
laws?
just... oh.
Yeah, I
Okay,
see
hold
it,
on.
but I don't know what's the proportion to anything else. It's just
Tell us
Well,
how
they
legal
go
it is
at
to...
most 30. They're typically 15 to 20 feet long, so small for a whale, really small. I think that's
so
most
like
likely
5 feet
what
for
it
the
is.
head.
Because he would have to have been able to cut it off with a chainsaw.
Right.
Yeah, I could see that.
And anything bigger than that, I mean, you'd look at it and be like, nah, that's gonna waste too
Oh
much.
my
time.
gosh.
So that is a minke whale.
Did you just turn into cyborg, or my internet just turned whack?
I
Yeah,
am.
your
I'm
internet's
actually
whack.
terminating.
As usual.
Okay. This thing looks like a dolphin.
Do I need to send you another picture?
It's much bigger than one, though.
I mean, yeah, but it still just looks like a dolphin, really.
Hold on.
Okay, that doesn't help.
Yeah, that's just.
Thank you, though.
A little bit, maybe because they're both, the same family. Hold on, let me look
This
at
looks like a
logs.
fish. Whales are not fish, man.
They're not just big fish.
Federal regulations
They're
protect
mammals.
minke whales by establishing a 500-yard buffer zone around them. Blah blah. Boating near the void, excessive speed.
They're mammals.
Minimum altitude of 1,000 feet over water when approaching whales.
But if you cut off one's head, can you transport it over state lines?
It is.
That's what's
It
important.
is. The Marine Mammal Protection Act makes it illegal to kill, hunt, injure, or harass any marine animals, but it's already dead. I'm trying to figure out whether or not it's a federal. I guess it's.
I like how the most research that we're doing is on
It's on
the
the
whale
whale.
story. About
This is
This
the
is easy research.
this is the important one of the night, folks. We have to tack this
That's 'cause
whale
it's
story
the
down.
easiest dang thing to research.
True, it is. It is quite amusing.
Don't worry, we'll make up for it. We'll interview that dog.
Be like, woof, woof. Be like, oh yes, I understand.
Yeah, we'll send Micah.
hold on.
He speaks bitch.
Okay, all right. Look at this. Look
Whoa.
Dude, could you imagine Micah trying to...
at this. Okay, look.
Micah in
there's
Long
people
Island?
standing next to it. This is definitely. It has to be the whale.
Hmm.
Like that thing is definitely small enough you could put that on the front of a car.
Oh, George,
Yeah.
Jensen.
Ah.
All right, hold on. Oh my gosh! Oh no!
Yep.
I can't move. Why can't I move?
Jensen has researched it and found that if indeed he did do this, it would
Oh,
have been a minke whale.
Yes, if
Minke
he
whale.
indeed did this, it would have been a minke whale or a juvenile whale, I guess. But at that point, it could be any whale if it was a juvenile.
Well, there you have it, folks. If you
Um,
wanted to know,
Heard it here first.
there it is. Okay.
It is. Look at that. Oh, look at that.
Huh?
Don't you remember that meme?
What are you saying, Micah?
Remember the meme on Breaking Bad where the dude's like, yeah, whoa, look at that. Seen that?
Probably, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Bro.
I mean, I've watched all of Breaking Bad. So
mink
the
whales
memes-
I
are
would probably
not
recognize the
endangered or
scene.
threatened in the U.S.
they're not what?
Not endangered,
Oh.
but they are protected under the Marine Mammal Protection Act.
But that's if one's alive.
Yes.
So theoretically, he could have taken the head and gotten away with it.
Is that a Marine
Theoretically.
Protection Act a federal act?
I don't know.
It's of U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Oh no, it's federal. Oh, I mean, maybe
I was kind of done with this story, but
it was
go
passed
on.
by
So
Congress,
blurry.
so I guess it's a federal act. Yeah.
Is this the only clip? Is this super blurry one?
I'm.
gosh.
Yeah, I guess
It's
it is a
probably not
federal
even
crime
true.
then, right?
Yeah,
Alright,
it'd
I'm
have to
sharing
be.
this one.
Yeah. Well, it was passed by Congress, so it's gonna be a federal crime. But he didn't kill it. This doesn't say. I can't find anything that says that it's illegal to do anything with the dead animal. It just says if you find one, call this hotline and stay away from it, just in case it's not actually dead.
So that
I can't find anywhere where it's illegal.
basically what it is it's going to be in the same boat as like having red-tailed hawk feathers or
Oh, it's
something. Right?
Tuco. Season 1.
Where it's not technically illegal, but you have to be able to prove that you didn't hurt the animal to get it, right? So that's probably what they're trying to pin
Oh,
him with.
shit. No, I'm sorry. I just read further. It is illegal to touch whales, whether they're alive or dead, under the Marine Mammal Protection Act.
Can't even touch it?
What if they touch
No.
me?
Wild.
If you
Oh.
touch it, it's illegal.
It's because
What
they
if
can
they touch
explode.
me though?
What?
It's because they can explode.
They can explode?
Yes, because
Well,
if they're
dead
on
whales
the
can.
because if they're dead, the skin is so thick that gases build up, and anything that punctures it, or once that skin fails, they'll explode.
Well, there you go.
Neat.
He actually did violate the law.
So it's a safety thing. Like, don't touch the whale because we don't know how long it's been there.
Oh, interesting.
There you go.
I was trying to run through my head, but that wouldn't work. Why they're so strict about that? No, that's normally
There you go. Real news, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, real.
RFK Jr., if they can prove it, did in fact break the law.
Myth busted.
Myth busted.
it was either Washington and Oregon
I have a
that blew up a whale, though. Basically, they had a whale carcass come up on one of their beaches, and like, we need to get rid of this. Well, the people that are supposed to deal with it are off already. So, all right, and they grabbed a bunch of, road workers, and are like, hey, get rid of this. And they went, okay, how much TNT do we need for a whale? Oh, and they just sent it. And it was a bit too much TNT for a whale, because they launched chunks of whale like a mile away.
Dang.
No
Oh
one
my
got hurt,
gosh.
but someone's car did get crushed by a chunk of whale.
Is this on
Dude.
video?
Imagine
Can we
trying
see
to
this?
explain that to insurance.
Yes, this was caught on video. It's like in the
I'm sorry,
70s.
sir, but chunks of whale flying through the air is an act of God.
Exploding Whale 50th anniversary remastered? What?
Well, there
Oh.
you go, ladies and gentlemen. Real news here.
The fat electrician did a video on it.
Yep.
You
Makes
won't
sense.
hear this sort of thing from the mainstream media. They won't tell you.
I mean, legitimately, yeah. They're not going to talk about dead whales.
Who would?
Who would? See, we bring you the unique, the weird news.
The weirder the better.
See, I knew there was a reason. I was racking my brain. I'm like, I can't think of it. What is this?
Yeah, something tells me they're gonna have a hard time proving this one.
Yeah, that's the issue, is that they got to prove it.
Even if
If
it
he
is,
has the whale head, though.
even if it is true, like, good luck.
Oh, then they got to prove that that's the whale head. He's innocent
I mean-
until proven guilty.
Dynamite it
You
was.
could just say, I just got this whale head from somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
I
Found
don't
it at
think they can
Goodwill.
prove it.
What a
Somebody got
find.
it on camera.
You're
Even
welcome.
then.
I got the video on there for you guys.
Oh,
if you wanna watch it.
fantastic! Thank you.
About
And
the
I also
whale
got the
exploding?
meme template.
Let's see if I can get the mic to pick it up.
Exploding Whale 50th anniversary remastered. What the fuck?
This is
I'm
important
pretty sure
stuff.
they show it. They're interviewing these guys.
Yeah. I don't remember how much TNT they used, but it was way too much TNT for a whale.
Clearly. Oh my
8-ton whale
gosh.
dead on arrival on the beach near Florence. It had been so long since a whale had washed up in Lane County, nobody could remember how to get rid of one.
Oh my
Selecting its battle
gosh. It
plan, the
did
Highway
crush
Division
that
decided the
car.
carcass couldn't be
He
buried
crushed
because
it.
it might
It looks
soon
like a
be
Lincoln.
uncovered. It couldn't be cut up and then buried because nobody wanted to cut it up, and it couldn't be burned. So dynamite it was, some 20 cases or a half ton of it. The hope was that the long-dead Pacific
Look at
gray
this
whale
dear
would be
mic,
almost
damn.
disintegrated by the blast, and that any small pieces still around after the explosion would be taken care of by seagulls and
Holy
other scavengers.
crap,
Indeed,
it's
the seagulls
raining
had been
whale
standing
parts.
nearby all day. As everything was being made ready, we
Oh
asked
my
George Thornton, the
gosh.
highway engineer in charge of the project, for his final observation.
Well, I'm confident that it'll work. The only thing is we're not sure just exactly how much explosives it'll take
Runs
to
for
disintegrate
survival.
this thing so the scavengers, seagulls, and crabs and whatnot can clean it up.
Is there any chance it might be more than a one-day job? If
The
there's any
car
large
got
chunks
wrecked.
Left, and we may have to do some other cleanup, possibly set another
Oh
charge.
my gosh.
The dynamite was buried primarily on the leeward side of the big mammal, so as most of the remains would be blown toward the sea. About 75 bystanders,
dead
most of the
whale.
residents who had first found the whale to be an object of curiosity before they tired of its smell, were moved back a quarter of
The
a mile
hell is the
away.
helicopter?
The sand
Other
dunes there
side.
were covered with spectators and land
Oh,
blubber
gosh, they
newsmen.
put it on the opposite
Shortly
side.
to
What the
become
heck?
land blubber newsmen, for the blasted blubber beyond all believable bounds. You get a wow?
Being
What not to do?
no, go me.
Yes,
Well, that was fun.
that is awesome.
Yeah, but whales don't naturally explode that much.
Cameras
But
stopped rolling
if they do
immediately after the
get
blast.
enough gas,
The
they
humor
will
of the
pop.
entire situation suddenly gave way to
That's
a run
awesome.
for survival as huge chunks of whale blubber fell
There
everywhere.
you go. I'll put it in the
Pieces of meat
chat
passed
for
high over our
anybody who
heads
wants to
while others
watch
were falling
that.
at our feet. The dunes were rapidly evacuated as spectators escaped both the falling debris and the overwhelming smell. A parked car over a quarter of a mile
Which
from the
can't
blast
look at
site was
that.
the target of one large chunk. The passenger compartment literally smashed. Fortunately, no human was hit as badly as the car. However, everyone on the scene was covered with small particles of dead whale. As for the success of
Dead
the
whale.
effort, well, the seagulls who were supposed to clean things up were nowhere in sight, either scared away by the explosion or kept away by the smell. That didn't really matter. The remaining chunks were of such a size that no respectable seagull would attempt to tackle anyway. As darkness began to set in, the highway crews were back on the beach burying the remains,
Wait a minute.
including a large piece of the carcass which
Did
never
you get
left
back in the
blast
game?
site. It might
Nope.
be concluded that should a whale ever wash ashore on
How's
Lane
Jaeden
County
still
again,
lobby leader?
those in charge will not only
His
remember
name's
what to
frozen.
do,
He's not
but
out.
certainly remember
Oh.
what not to do.
And there you have it. I love how the excited cheers turns into screaming. That was hilarious.
Just immediate regret.
So we did it, you guys. We did faster, more concise work than our
The
government,
media.
than the media.
Yep.
Look
Also,
at that. We solved the mystery, you guys.
another reason why we don't typically see whales washed up on shore is the way they die is they typically just get too old and too tired to keep swimming, and they just sink and drown. And that's called whale fall.
Whale fall.
And when they hit, whale fall. And when they hit the ocean floor, they get torn, or one, they float on the surface for a bit, where their gases in their body build up until they pop, right? Then they sink, where they get eaten up by sharks and other large predators. And then the scavengers come in and eat up everything else, including bones.
Yep, I've seen it time lapse. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
Whale fall is actually quite important for the ecosystem. But yeah,
Interesting.
whales are really cool.
Imagine being on
Especially
a
blue whales.
boat during a whale explosion, or being in a submarine during whale fall.
Oh my gosh.
I don't trust submarines.
Be like,
Because,
oh no!
Jaden, is your game still frozen?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
I-
starting a new lobby.
Do not expect that to change at any point. I even tried to use command prompt to do it, and it still didn't work.
I don't trust submarines because Ocean Gate.
I'm enjoying my game.
But Ocean Gate was
did
like
you
Micah, you
see
should be
that,
able to join
the
now.
worst.
This week we got the first pictures.
Yeah, you can see the tail
of
cone
the sub.
being intact because that wasn't pressurized. Yeah, that wasn't pressurized. It was the equal pressure. It didn't have to be.
I'm gonna be right
So,
back.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting
Yeah.
in a morbid kind of way.
So I don't know if I was on the podcast when that happened, but I'm going to talk some fun science about that.
No, you definitely were.
I was
Mhm.
perfect. So fun science.
I think you would have.
I don't remember. Tell me if I was on the podcast, viewers, because I ain't going back to find that.
The viewers don't know.
Go
either.
back. Go back and find it out.
But basically, your pain receptors take 50 milliseconds to 250 milliseconds to respond, right?
Oh yeah, I remember you saying this
So,
on the stream. I think.
good enough. So I'm going to say it again. Your pain
Yeah,
receptors.
say it again.
Your pain receptors take 250 milliseconds to respond for you to feel pain. So from the moment you put your hand onto like a burner to the moment you feel pain is 250 milliseconds, right?
Yeah.
The Titan submersible got crushed completely with all the people inside, immediately turned into basically toothpaste in 50 milliseconds. 50.
Oh.
A fifth of the time. So I will say
Well, that's for the best, I think.
they did die without any pain.
At least there's that.
The last message
Or
that
any
they
experience
sent
for
out,
that matter.
the last message that they sent out said "all good here."
Dang.
That
Things
jinxed him,
indeed-
dude.
No, in fact, things were indeed not all good here. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
And yeah, the more you find out about, the founder and CEO of Ocean Gate, the more that this was inevitable because he just kept disregarding safety.
Yeah, it
Like-
definitely added up.
Yeah, he bought expired carbon fiber for, the hull of the submersible. Did like zero testing and would fire people if they said, hey, maybe we should, follow safety protocols. Because he didn't believe in
No.
safety protocols.
Who needs
So for some things, you can cut the corners here and there. For submarines, that is not one of them. Every rule for a submarine is written in blood.
Hey Jaden, are you able to still shift tab on Steam even though your game is frozen?
let's see. Yeah, why?
Oh. Close the game.
No. I can only my mouse disappears and it doesn't do anything.
He's gonna leave the chat
you-
logs.
So yeah, you're saying the Steam overlay shows up when you hit shift tab, right?
Oh yeah, I can look at any program I want to look at. But I cannot actually use the program.
Oh.
I think you can close games through the Steam overlay.
Feeling a little sneaky.
Or you can join my game and see if that does something. I don't
Oh,
know.
do you mean Alt Tab? Is that
No,
what you
Shift
meant to
tab.
say?
No,
Shift
that's
tab.
not what I meant to say.
Alt F,
I'm-
delete.
The Shift tab to use the Steam overlay.
Okay, no, I can't do that.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Anyway, here's another crazy story for you
Jeez, Tommy,
guys.
where'd you go?
Israel's intelligence agency plants explosives inside of 5,000 pagers that were being imported by the terrorist group Hezbollah. And yesterday, they set them off, detonated those babies.
Detonated those babies.
And it absolutely just wrecked these men's balls. I have 2 different videos of this happening. There are 2 Twitter links in between, kind of in the middle, below the Fox link, above the Reuters link, is where those 2 videos are. If you would like to enjoy that, you weirdo.
Yes.
And some reports say 9 have died from that. Some said 12 died.
It was a
Who's to
couple
say?
people died, 3,000 are injured.
Right.
Um,
I don't know if it was 9 or 12, but they all agree it was at least 9. And then,
Come
of
here, I got
course,
frag round.
today, just a day later, they set off a bunch of walkie-talkies to explode all over Lebanon. Which is crazy. Got them twice. With 20 dead and 450 injured.
Dang,
So a greater
son.
success, how you want to look at it.
Beans.
Because, I mean, more people died from the walkie-talkies, but a lot of dudes got their dicks blown off.
Well, yeah, you can fit more
In-
explosives in a walkie-talkie.
In the other one.
Uh-oh, someone's fact-checking.
Why are they doing this?
I heard vigorous keyboard sounds.
oh no, that was me hitting my mouse with my keyboard.
Why are they? So why are they doing this? Are they just like?
Hezbollah is a terrorist organization like Hamas.
Yeah, they're terrorists.
So they're doing espionage going on?
Yeah.
They're just like
Yeah.
I
secretly
can't
planning explosives.
stress how genius this is. Like, destroying their communications destroys everything.
Yeah.
And
This is-
then
Destroy their
creating
communications and their
distrust-
balls at the same time.
Yeah, this creates distrust on what communications you can acquire too. So not only have their communications been mostly destroyed, they don't know what to buy now. Like, they can't communicate. So now they've thrown Hezbollah into, probably plunged them into some kind of darkness since they can't talk to each other. No communication. Things are going to go crazy. Like, it is genius. Because if you don't have communication, you have nothing. Even if you have the best weapons, the best weapons, the best people with the best tactics, best money, if you can't communicate, it's you got nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So this is
Communication is king.
genius on their
And
their
imagine
part, on their
imagine
part.
castrating
And
the enemy
castrating.
army in an instant. It's incredible.
I did hear I've only heard of
That's a new one for history.
I have heard of only one, innocent person being hit, which was a 7 or 9-year-old girl. She
Yeah,
was
the walkie-talkies.
No, with a pager.
Oh, I heard it was today.
No, I heard about this yesterday.
Okay.
Um,
Maybe both had
Oh,
collateral
yeah,
damage.
maybe both had a few, but basically she was the daughter of one of the Hezbollah.
Oh,
guys.
Micah's getting ridden.
Highly unfortunate.
It sucks that children are being punished for the sins of their parents, but for a mission or an operation of this scale, having that few civilian casualties is insane.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And if you want to know if it's justified, just to give you a picture, Lebanon, the Hezbollah in Lebanon has fired an estimated 150,000 missiles at Israel during the conflict.
Dang, son.
So they kind of earned this.
Indiscriminately firing missiles.
I will say, because I've been saying that, to deal with Hamas, Israel should be, kind of like a scalpel. And at first you can make the argument they weren't capable of it. But after seeing this today, they are 110% being, very selective with their targets and minimizing collateral damage.
Yeah, their intelligence is good.
Which brings up, why haven't they been doing that with Hamas?
I mean, different tactics for different times.
Hold on.
Still, you should, if you have the superior force with the just absolutely superior force, you should be doing your best to minimize collateral damage when and where you can.
I mean, Israel's the only one doing that for the past however long they've existed.
Give me a second. Especially doubly so when you're dealing with an insurgency, because every civilian casualty, whether it's a death or an injury, only creates more extremists. That's why you can't win against an insurgency, right? Typically,
like the video game.
Yeah. So you drop a bomb, you kill 500 insurgents. You hurt 3 civilians. You just made another 1,500, roughly, or whatnot, insurgents to deal with down the line. That's how they work.
I see a solution.
Oh no, bro.
I will fight you.
Oh no, bro.
Perhaps there might be another way.
I'm gonna let him die.
Get this guy away.
No, you've lost life privileges.
So, man.
I'm not using my grenade
I'm not
launcher.
saying it was a good idea or a moral one. Practically.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was a reason they couldn't do this with Hamas. It is interesting to see the separate tactics.
I know it was brought up to their attention that to deal with Hamas, that they could just flood the tunnels with seawater, and there was a company based out of Texas, I don't remember its name, that does horizontal drilling and could have connected pipes and pipes to the Mediterranean or whatnot, or brought the water there, right, to flood the tunnels with basically thousands of gallons of water a minute, and you'd have basically 0 civilian casualties that way. They lose all of their equipment, their munitions, everything. You have the hostages down there, and Hamas gets 2 choices, right? Either they leave the hostages down there and lose their only leverage and source of protection, or they take the hostages out into the open where we can now take them away, and they lose their only source of leverage.
Yep.
So
I don't know why they
didn't
stop them from doing that.
Because apparently the U.S. advised them to not do that.
Yeah, it was pretty sus.
Yeah.
Pretty sus.
So when I say they had options, they had options.
Mm.
And that's what's kind of irritating to me, because, don't get me wrong, Hamas deserves it. The innocent people in the middle do not. And war is hell.
But hey, Hezbollah got their balls blown off, and that was pretty rad.
I'm proud of them.
Great week for Israel.
Yeah.
That's a win, folks. We take those.
Maybe they're starting to figure stuff out. I don't know.
I've got a feeling I'm going to get attacked in the comments.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, I think we both could. I think
I mean, there's just like psychopaths out there, as we've seen in the previous
Yeah.
stories, that are like not reasonable at all.
Yeah, I don't think the Israel people or the Palestine people would like our take.
No.
Yeah.
I think we're successfully not on either
Yep.
side there.
Dude, we're sitting on that fence hard. Oh,
You the hardest, gay boy.
oh Lord.
Help. Micah.
No,
Bad.
no, I say nuke 'em. But, you know,
Mike,
That's just me.
What are you doing?
what?
Bruh.
You just let us die.
I had a grenade launcher.
Let it die, let it die.
My
He deserves it.
Let 'em shrivel up and die.
You let all of us die, Micah.
How'd I do that?
And he got killed
By
by the
not
exact
paying
same hunter
attention.
that killed me.
He was too busy being MacArthur instead of focusing on his team.
Pretty much.
Micah moment.
I don't know why all these zombies are black. I think I put a mod in that I just.
Micah.
They're clowns
no.
though.
Save yourself.
My gosh.
Okay, okay, okay.
Don't
All
talk.
right. All right.
But they're not. They're like. They're not actually Africans. They're.
Yeah,
Micah,
I know. They're
Micah,
they're
the YouTube
literally
AI
the
is
color.
gonna misunderstand you again.
We gotta chill out, guys. Calm down.
Trying.
I need to take it
I'm
off.
not saying things.
Okay. Here's another story. The Oversight Committee for the House of Representatives is investigating Tim Walz for allegedly getting paid off by the CCP.
Good.
I'm not sure what the evidence for this is, but it's pretty likely because as they
You can't get a break.
as they point out in the document, Walz raised $2 million, tried to get $5 million, but raised $2 million of taxpayer money for the Hormel Institute, a Minnesota medical research lab that has worked frequently and closely with the Wuhan Institute of Virology, which, as we know, leaked our favorite virus.
How dare you speak the truth?
No, in fact, the document says that the Wuhan lab, and this is an official government document from the House, says the Wuhan lab, which was implicated in the creation of COVID-19.
Yeah, that's why I said, how dare you speak the truth?
Which
not-
is funny because we're not allowed to say that, but we've finally gotten to the point where the government's like, well, we can't deny it, but also
Dr. Fauci said.
we're not going to say it directly. We'll just say they were implicated because, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We all know. It's kind of funny. Eventually, we'll get to the point where we can just say it because that's just what happens. But it's lame to be in the gay times where we have to skirt around it. But regardless,
Micah.
Walz has done a lot with the Chinese. I don't know if it's true, how true it is, but considering the kind of deal he had with the Somalians, I would not be surprised at all. This guy kind of seems like a huge traitor, honestly. He's just not America first at all. Not Minnesota first by any means.
I think he's a communist sympathizer.
He's a tanky?
Pretty
mean,
much.
He is.
I mean, it would make sense because, Harris obviously is a communist.
He's an authoritarian communist.
She was raised a commie. I wouldn't be surprised if she picked.
We got two
a fellow
commies
commie.
running
No, it's beautiful,
an
beautiful.
executive branch. It's fantastic.
Perfect. Wonderful. That's why things are going so well, don't you know?
That don't believe in any of our civil rights.
What?
I just hope that this is faster than their last investigation and they can get this done before the election. That would be nice.
Yeah, no.
I know, it's government
some
work.
brains.
They'll never get it done before the election.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 years from now once it doesn't matter.
2 years.
Beans.
That seems to be how it goes. Is a million years later
Yeah.
they go, oh yeah,
I got the
that
beans.
thing we
Tommy,
called
you
you a
got the beans.
conspiracy
Boys.
theorist over
Hell
is
yeah.
actually true. That
You
thing you
got the
lost your
beans.
job over, it was true.
Clink.
Whoops, sorry. Every time. Every time.
Well, Walls' family has disowned him, so that tells you a lot.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so Jensen, get the soundbite ready.
Hold on.
Because it is time
Go ahead.
to talk about our favorite country, England.
Oh my gosh.
A UK judge has ordered the victim of a grooming gang to rescind her request to have the rapist deported.
Typical England.
Typical England.
Such an England
Which
moment.
is pretty hilarious. She had a whole speech. Most of it was censored by the media. Unfortunately, you cannot find the whole speech. But apparently she stood up in court, was pretty baller, and was like, please deport them. Which apparently is a legal request you can make in England, which is fascinating. And so the judge
So
is
the
like,
rapee wanted them to be deported.
so the judge is like, how
is
dare you ask that of us?
How dare you use the law?
But it's pretty funny. But apparently 7 Pakistani men are on trial for the sexual abuse of 2 girls over the course of 5 years. Pretty much these girls were orphans that the social services failed hardcore. Not surprising. There was another story we talked about, which was pretty much the same thing, where there's just complete lack of care. Like, England's social services just it's so bad. But the woman,
I got firebolt. Take
who
him.
shall remain unnamed, said, quote, during her request for deportation, she said, "You ruined my life, but I won't let you ruin my future. I'm taking your freedom. I am your karma." End quote.
Oh.
Which is pretty boss. Just being like, I banish you!
Why are
Be
you so proud of me?
gone!
So he did get deported?
You evil fiend! No.
Oh.
They have not
Oh.
reached a verdict on this. I don't know how that works at all.
I mean,
I
if
don't
they
know
can't deport a
who's-
rapist, like who?
Like, I don't know whose
I don't understand.
decision that is, who it goes to next. I don't know how the request works.
Either you capital punishment this man, or you send him away, back to the depths.
Right.
Personally, capital punishment would be probably the best, because
Preferable.
he can't rape in the third world country. What?
Right. He can't.
I think
He
straight
can't-
to hell because he can't rape in hell, only get raped.
He can't keep being a danger
True.
to others, and you can also make an example of him.
He
so
can
that
then
people
receive-
don't do that. But I'm not surprised because each of these guys got about 15 years, more or less. I mean, that's a hell of a long time in prison, but for rape and trafficking and the like, for such an extended period of time, especially, like 15 years is a slap on the wrist. Like to say, oh boy, you'll get out and you can, go live your life. Like what? Who wants... That person's not going to reintegrate into society. They've done the worst thing you could do to a person. To a minor, no less. I can see why she's just like, no. No, I don't want these people around. Get out.
Become...
Because if
racist.
if you can't use capital punishment, that's the next best thing, is just don't come back here. So yeah, this is pretty wild and kind of shameful of the judge to be like, I don't want to. Don't. How dare you?
How dare you use the law for what it's for?
The
probably worried about his
most
public
disgusting
image.
people to ever be in your courtroom, but yes, be offended by the victim's
Beans.
desire for justice. Right.
Beans.
I swear, every time I hear about the English courts, it's absolute clown show. Every
What
time.
the heck?
Absolute clowns.
Oh my. You must
2 years for throwing bricks. And you're getting raped, woman? Well, maybe
there's
a
another
little
thing,
probation. Nothing too much. Is that a letter opener in your pocket?
Or are you just happy to see me?
It's 5 years for you, young man.
5 years. Think about what you've
Dismembering
done.
someone at the beach with a machete? Well. We don't need that. No bail for you, sir. Move along. Clown show.
Yes.
Absolute clown show. What's your solution, Micah?
I know his solution.
Hang him up.
Could it be...
Hang him by his penis. Get a tiny little noose.
Oh. Gosh, that would be horrible. It would just tear off.
I would shed a tear in joy.
Micah has
And then he could go on his
bloodlust.
merry way. No, he could survive. He just,
It's a lot of blood there, though.
Once- yeah, well. If he bleeds out, he bleeds out. It's fine.
Hey,
I mean,
we all know rapists. Aren't
these
people.
guys are the scum of the earth, so... Yeah, whatever.
Hang this man by his genitals.
No more rights for
Do it
you,
now.
bud.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
Fair punishment.
yeah.
You got a chance to survive. You just gotta withstand getting your genitals ripped off.
Or we can make him fight in a coliseum.
Oh, now you're talking.
No, that's
sports, baby.
that's a slippery slope. But boy, would it be fun.
Alien versus Predator, man.
Alien versus...
Right.
That's right.
Yes.
You kill a predator, you get your citizenship.
Bring it back.
That would be
Predator,
my
bro.
ideal.
Yes, who's going to the Coliseum?
That would be beautiful.
Just like Mad Max style rules. Just
Thunderdome.
thunder. Oh my gosh. Oh, it would be such a better country, dude. They could live stream it, make a lot of money.
Thunderdome on X.
You know, we get in the U.S. here, we have a list of all the pedophiles and sex offenders, right?
Yeah. Those
They
can be
can't own
contestants.
weapons. You just send that. You give the aliens a knife and go, "Hey, you get a predator. You have to hunt down the predator."
Here's a ticket. Punch your
Yeah.
ticket. We don't live in those times. We live in soy boy culture.
Yep. Our luxury has made us weak.
Countries. Bunch of pansies. Bunch of nutless buffoons.
So let's talk about
England.
no.
All right.
We're
About
done
England.
with England. Screw them.
You what?
We will not be talking about England again.
You what? Hey,
England session over.
it's done. Get him. That was their shenanigans for the week. There is a woman who was left in critical condition after a hospital forced her to take 3 vaxes, I guess, is what I want to say. I don't...
Jab.
Jab?
Oh.
I thought jab was the right term.
Jab is the right term.
Right.
She got 3 jabs of 3 vax.
Damn it, Tommy. Hey.
Anyway, 23-year-old Alexis Lorenz went to a facility in Orange County, California for paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobinuria. That is a genetic disease where the immune system attacks red blood cells.
yep.
That sounds like the worst thing ever.
It is. It's terrible. Thankfully, for most people, it just kind of lays dormant their whole lives. But there are things you can do to set it off, which is probably what happened.
Lays dormant, but you can set it off.
Yeah, because it's genetic. So what she went in for was a blood transfusion. That's how you fix the problem in an emergency capacity anyway. For people who have this, there are different things they can do to, we have technology. Different things you can do to rejuvenate your blood cell production and stuff. But this was an emergency, so she needed a blood transfusion. But they wouldn't treat her unless she was up to date on her jabs.
Ooh.
Absolutely refused to.
Can't do that.
Yeah. I smell a lawsuit. Wild stuff.
He survives.
Well, her family will go after him.
Oh, if she dies, it's
Yeah,
even
but-
bigger.
Yeah, it's
more-
huge.
Yeah, but she'll be dead, so that's kind
She'll
of
be dead.
fortunate.
But sadly,
Can't
it'll
really reap
also
the benefits
save
of
people
that.
in the future from similar things.
Yeah, I suppose. But I mean, if it's a law of the land, it shouldn't be happening in the first place. They have to reinstate it, be like, oh, that thing we didn't enforce, so now we're really going to enforce it this time.
I mean, that's classic California.
Yeah.
So
Gotta apply the law equally, man.
she got the vax for tetanus, meningitis, and pneumonia. Get this, all at once.
Oh.
Yikes.
Oh, my.
And of course, 10 minutes later, her body started to shut down. As it would.
This is like the chubby emu. Her body just shut
She
down.
started swelling all over the place, and she experienced temporary blindness, lockjaw, and vomiting.
Well, that's unfortunate combination.
It is.
Lockjaw and vomiting.
Could you imagine
And temporary blindness.
in 10 minutes, like, just full freak out?
Just throwing
What an
up through your
insane-
nostrils.
Sane
Tommy, don't do it.
experience.
Oh, get good.
Oh, it's
Oh no,
wild.
she's still alive. I got a pan.
There are many.
Hey, you got lucky.
I shot it with a grenade launcher.
That's
In the links below, it's the second to last link. Someone made a very comprehensive Twitter thread about this, and there are many pictures and videos if you would like to see how bad she looks. It's bad. Because she obviously has a lot of internal bleeding, and it's all over her face, and her face is all red and purple along with the swelling. It's crazy. Because this caused her to develop ITP, which kills blood platelets, and it leads to random clotting and bleeding all over the body. There's clotting in some places, bleeding in others, just mayhem, basically.
well, she's screwed.
And the hospital has done pretty much nothing. The doctor who pressured her into getting the jabs has seemingly disappeared. Has not...
He's left town.
She
Oh.
She was an Indian doctor. Someone below shared her profile. Actually, if you would like to, if anyone from the audience is from California and would like to jeer at that,
If you're in California, you've got an issue.
and
Move to a free state.
the hospital has refused. The hospital has pretty much done nothing. Only given her pain meds.
Nice.
Like it's
I
been
mean, I don't
several.
know what you can do.
It's several
like
days.
You're internally bleeding,
And
to
they
death,
haven't done
But
anything.
you're also clotting. What do you do in that situation? Entire
Oh,
body's
gosh.
just
Um.
melting.
A lot of different things depending on the different areas of the body.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do.
Trying to fix it. I mean,
Like,
surgery, obviously. I mean, if you look at her face, she's obviously having a lot of clots in her head. Those need to be,
Dealt with.
yeah, those need to be smoothed out. That's, I mean, that's an easy first thing because you don't want her to have a skull full of blood and then, I mean, that's
Or,
instant.
God forbid, a clot come loose and go through her heart and kill her.
Yeah, pretty much
Yeah.
instant death
That's
at
how
any
COVID
possible
kills you.
second. Yeah, there's a lot they could be doing for her right now, and they're not. And they have even refused to transfer her to another hospital that could be doing more because of her insurance. So that's fantastic.
Oh.
And so she has been keeping up her condition updated in social media, and is like pretty much just lying around in the hospital waiting to die. It's ridiculous.
He's like, yeah, I'm bleeding out. Anyways,
Yep, bleeding, clotting,
the usual.
just laying around dying.
So they absolutely effed her up, and they're just like, well, your insurance is weird, so we're just gonna let you die.
Right. It's yeah, it's insane. I don't know like how this hospital can just be like, well, whatever. Like those people should be
my
freaking
gosh.
out right now. Like it's been
You
long
let me
enough
die.
that this problem could even be going up to the
No.
administrators. You'd think someone, on the board at the top would be like, holy hell. Our PR is about to die. Somebody do
crap.
something for that woman. Somebody.
Or they hope they can sweep it under the rug after she passes.
Yeah, maybe.
probably.
That just
Probably
evil.
work. They'll probably be successful at it.
But the craziest,
Nah, there's so much eyes on this.
right? Yeah, I mean, if at the bottom of the thread you can donate to her down there. I'm not sure how much help that's gonna do for her, unless I guess you could,
I could go
get a transfer paid for.
go towards the legal fees, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose. So you can do that if you want, but there are also people shared down below stories from other people that this has happened to. That's right. This isn't the first time.
Hey, yo.
It's not surprising. Like, this shouldn't be surprising, and that's so annoying that this is so egregiously terrible, and it's not the first time.
That's why I think
Because
they'll get away with it.
This is what the Vax cocktails do to a person, apparently. Like, all the pictures look similar of people with, very, very clotted faces. Internal bleeding all over the body. This is what it does to you. Don't do that. Like, you'd think people would have learned by now. If this is something that
wrong.
occurs.
Who took my... No, my gun. and
Although,
my
of
chains.
course, this has partially to do with how doctors are
Your mother.
trained. They're not trained to think quite like in a logical sense. Like, we can look at correlation and see, okay, this did this. They're trained to think more in the sense of, okay, this is what causes this, and those are the parameters. There's nothing outside the truth.
Right. They're like
It's like tunnel vision.
Not a grenade launcher.
yeah,
I'm having a hard time
like a
explaining
magnifying glass looking in on one specific thing when you're supposed to just be looking at it like the overall picture. Oh my gosh. But people in specific fields, they get so hyper focused in those fields that they can't actually understand the full picture of anything.
Grenade launcher.
this. Right. There's no longer like this openness to
Right,
possibilities.
Yeah. Which is like, there's a place for very specific specialty work, but I mean, there's, it's a lot more helpful to have like an overarching understanding of a lot of different things with like a lot less depth, because you can kind of factor in a lot more things. I don't know. That's my opinion on it, but like learn a little about a lot rather than a lot about a little, unless you're like specifically going to a career path, because it's useful. Build you up as a person.
If anything, with doctors specifically, I've experienced the opposite is true. It seems like the people who have a specific focus are more accepting of how much they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, if you, like, I've just had really bad experience with, like, primary care doctors, just one after another. I've never had a good one since I was a kid. It's been a problem, actually. And, the same is for doctors at hospitals who, work in the ER or whatever. They're always trying to deny possibilities. They're always taking the lane of, oh, well, if you're not in enough pain, you couldn't be having this kind of thing. Where it's like, oh my gosh, just open your mind for 2 seconds. It's not that hard. It doesn't cost you anything.
Very sad.
But on the other hand, like, specialists generally seem more open to be like, yeah, well, I don't know about that. Like, I'll present an idea and they'll be like, well, I don't know about that because it's not my area. So, but it's logical, so we'll, get an ultrasound and take a look just in case. Kind of thing.
I don't know. I mean,
with doctors, it's just such a weird mindset.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just talking about like overall, not really doctor specific, but
yeah, I
like
know
as
what
a
you're saying.
mindset, as a mindset person that knows a little bit about a lot, like a handyman, right?
Yeah, no, as a person, being well-rounded is better.
Yes, because you get in like autistic mode where you're focused on one thing and you don't actually. It's not really useful. But some doctors, I really think it's kind of like a doctor thing rather than the profession of the doctor for the most part. But
I mean, yes, obviously case by case. But I mean, generally. Because I've seen a lot of specialties, cardiologists, pulmonologists, gastroenterologists, the like. Just, I don't know, maybe it's anecdotal, so it doesn't mean anything, but generally,
sometimes
that seems to be where it points.
A lot of times the like, what is it, medical industry or whatever, they try to patch and treat the symptoms, but they're not really
Got it.
as concerned about the root cause of said symptoms because it's not really beneficial, but like, I don't know.
No, it's true. The medical industry is not interested in cures at all.
Yeah. Like, unless it's just super blatantly clear, they just want you to, like, it's not really a malicious thing, it's kind of just how
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's just the way that they've been trained to think. Even the more helpful ones, it's always, well, we'll do the medication. We'll give you medication.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how the system works, you go, oh, okay, and then you take some medication indefinitely that will kill your kidney in 10 years anyway.
Right.
And it won't matter that you've squashed that symptom.
Yeah. And then it turns out it's like, oh, you're eating horribly and that's why your heart is palpitating or something. I don't know.
That's not
It's
what
like some-
causes heart palpitations.
Just some specifically niche scenario. They're like, oh, this thing is now functioning for some reason. I'm going to give you medication. But in reality, you're just eating McDonald's or something. It's like, oh, well, that would fix that problem.
Just
eating
the
healthy.
area, I would agree with you with that. On that.
But whatever, arteries or something that fast food would cause, and they're just looking at. Yeah. So that's a specific kind of allegory or whatever.
Yeah, if you want early proof that the medical industry is just out to make money and that's purely it, read the Michael Crichton book, 5 Patients or Travels.
Oh.
It shows it goes far back as at least the early 70s. That they're more about
Patients
making
and
money than they are helping people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
it's so
And
jacked
it's from
up.
a
They all
guy
have
who's
like
been in the industry, so he knows.
they all have like you know a a monetary incentive pharmacologically to not cure you.
yeah.
And I'm not saying doctors are like all evil or anything. That's just some
kinda how
are
the
definitely
system's
for
set up.
sure are evil and greedy, but a lot that's just, you know,
Yep.
where the
What is
mindset that
going
8 years
on?
of medical school has put them in.
Right. I am extremely grateful for the medical systems that we have.
Yeah, I mean, obviously
But-
the technology and the knowledge is great, but
you
it's
gotta point
not
out
helpful when you're treating people like cattle and you're like, you know, trying your hardest to get to the next patient
Yeah.
instead of being like, okay, let's find a
Well,
cure
that's why.
for
I mean, we used to
your
have.
problems.
I think it was here we used to have
How?
like family physicians or whatever. Like they would just be
Yeah,
assigned
punched
to a
off the
family.
roof.
Was that in America? Or was that in Britain?
Oh no.
I'm pretty sure both England and Britain had those.
They were like
I'm
local
still alive, Tommy.
doctors that would be really close to like families, and then just
Oh,
like
there's another tank.
their
What the
house
hell?
and be super chill and be like,
Right. You would
"Hey,
have like
look,
a
Timmy,
guy
you want to pop?"
I'm
who
reloading.
did all the things.
No.
Delivered the babies, cured the
I missed the
sicknesses.
grenade launcher. If
Yeah, that's what we
ready.
need to come back
Yeah, I know
to,
what you mean.
because he actually like cares and has, dedicates more time and stuff to like actual families, full families, and rapport. And,
Yeah, in-home visits are not much of a thing, unless you're like can't fit through a
Dying.
doorway or something.
right. I think that would solve a lot of things, because it'd be more on a human level instead of a
Beans.
assembly
Beans here.
line level.
Yeah,
Beans
I
here.
could see that. I
I went
mean,
with a
the assembly line is
Good.
still good, like, still good to exist just because,
Tommy.
like,
Yeah, for certain
just because
things.
of wait times. Just,
Mhm.
you gotta wait like a million years to, get your appointment for something that might kill you. So I wouldn't like to replace one with the other, but it would be great to have both.
Yeah.
my
So-
primary care physician's been great.
If that was
the-
like a niche thing you could choose, that would be nice.
The only downside to my primary care physician is, they're based in DC, and that's a bit of drive. But
Yeah.
when I was having my heart
Yeah.
issues, they went, "Yeah, we're not going to try and give you medicine, solve the problems. We're going to try and figure out what's causing the issues."
Mm.
That's good.
Same thing with my numbness issues. So they helped me out a ton.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta find, down to earth doctors that actually are there to help you out and walk you through things, figure it out. So
Yeah, my second gastroenterologist is like literally the only doctor I've ever had to actually explore options. To be like, well, you could take these medications, but you could also do this, and it's up to you, and not try
That's
to
so-
pressure me into anything or rush me along. Which feels like
Dude,
it
that
should be
is
the
so
bare
sad.
minimum, but because like otherwise you have to go searching for things. You have to go on the internet. The internet always tells you you're dying and there's no hope. So it's
just
like
accept that.
it
and
shouldn't
then
have
go
taken
to the other
years and
options.
years and years to figure out that there was a surgical, a non-invasive, no less, surgical fix for my problems. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been taking medication that causes kidney failure and everyone who took it for more than a year, you know? Like, come on. Come on, this is not helpful.
You're trying to kill me over here.
You're trying to make me dependent on your industry by giving me more problems.
I'm trying not to be a conspiracy nut, but you guys are not helping your case.
No, not at all. So anyway, medical industry is lame and gay. Vax cocktails are lame and gay. Do not take those. For the love of all that is good and holy, don't take 3 of them at once.
And deny the vax cocktails, the jab.
Take 7.
Take 7.
Take 20.
Do you know, I saw that today.
Yeah.
I saw there was an old guy who I know because he was a director of a play I was in, and he's like, he posted on Facebook, going for my 7th coof shot today. Really tired of this. I'm like, who the hell is still taking those?
There is no way he's taking 7 of those.
7. And I looked into his comments, and there were other old people like, oh yeah, on my 6th.
On my 6th,
you know,
dude.
what a disease.
They're bragging about it.
Like, what?
It's like a fashion thing. Oh, I've had 4 shots. Oh yeah, but I have 7.
7 and 4 boosters.
Stacy, you
I have a
can't sit
tumor.
with us. You only have 3
I have a
COVID
brain
shots.
tumor.
I don't want you
the
to
size
sit
of
with us
Lake
now.
Michigan.
Stacy is
It's
so
It's
gross.
crazy.
She doesn't have
7
have
shots and 4
vaccine
boosters.
shots.
She's a plague carrier.
Where the frick is the tank?
Insane.
I hear
Unvaccinated
it.
or
There it is.
what did they call those people? Unvaccinated.
Disgusting.
No.
No, yeah, there is a word for it.
Yeah, they like labeled unvaccinated, the unvaxxed, or I don't know. It was something like to other them, being like they're the plague
Yeah,
or
they've
something,
created
like the
a
Jews.
slur.
Yeah, it
Created a slur.
It was really-
It's crazy.
was really weird.
Yeah.
I was like, are we like in Germany right now? What's going on?
Help.
But most of all, California is gay.
Help. Micah, help.
And I bet California feels like Germany, all
I'm
right.
trying.
And speaking of which, and this is our last article of the night.
I threw it at Tommy.
Well, our last political article. Gavin Newsom signs a bill banning AI from, quote, election communications. This was after I didn't see it, I don't know what it's about, but some sort of Obama deepfake where they made him endorse Trump. And it was for memes, it wasn't like an actual campaign ad. And Gavin Newsom was like, that's unacceptable.
It's over the
And so
line.
he's designed any kind of signs a bill banning AI from any kind of election communications, which he's wrong and he's right. So he's right in the sense that, yeah, AI is dangerous and, you know, it's good to keep it in check because eventually it is going to be, you know, one day it's going to be really hard to tell where the truth lies. But he's wrong in making this so vague. Like, because this includes memes.
Not the
Like
meme.
he's literally saying, okay, if you post a meme that manipulates someone's face or voice in any way, any politician, then I'm going to put you in jail. And I feel I feel like that might undercut free speech a little bit. Just maybe. That seems lame and
Perhaps.
gay.
I think we should ban all
To be
AI.
like, hey, parody's illegal in California. Like, what,
AI
dude?
is gonna be the death of us all.
What?
What is going on, you two?
I got hit. There's 2
Dying.
tanks.
I can't
Yeah,
get you. They're too
AI
close.
is not going to be able to develop not going to have long enough to develop into destroying us, because just
deep
dealing
on
with
my
AI
body.
is going to destroy us. Just the laws we
Perhaps.
put in place to have an
I
excuse
can
to
maybe get them to
subjugate
fight if I
people's
can throw
speech
bile
will,
on them.
crumble the empire before
Oh,
AI
deep
can
brain.
take over.
Oh, you covered both of them. I don't know how that's even.
I'm not sure how that works.
We're
but
all worried
I'll keep
about
them busy.
Cyberdyne systems when
Ah!
we got Emperor Gavin Newsom
No!
trying to rise to power.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh!
gosh! Oh my gosh! No! I can't get out.
Get out! Get the frick out!
Why did Alice drop down there with it? They did.
If this was about like official campaign ads and like prosecuting
Got a defib on
a
my body.
politician
You could just run.
for manipulating someone into a
we're
lie
good,
and it
we're
was
good.
serious, I would understand.
Come on.
But to be like, okay, users in general,
Freaking go! No!
like social media users in general, just normal people,
Damn it.
can't do the funny, kind of seems lame. Like
Of course you get
that's
hit
too
by a charger.
generalized. It's too generalized. It's obviously just so that they can make political prisoners, not because
That was
they want
unlucky.
honest campaign advertisement. You know what I mean? Like, it's not wrong, but it's also, knowing Gavin Newsom, it's just disingenuous.
Well,
We
I
know
think
what he's really
mean,
after with this.
it's already.
Well, the banning of any kind of memes is wrong. Period. So
I don't. Yeah, I don't think you can impersonate. Can you impersonate people?
No.
No.
Isn't it like against the law? So wouldn't
Yeah.
Joe Biden or wouldn't Obama doing AI of Obama
Depends on the
is that
case.
already legal? I feel like
Yes
that'd
and no.
already be
No,
illegal.
because you're not like running an account as Obama. Or trying
running
to
AI.
trying to you're not trying to say this is the real Obama and this is evidence of him saying or doing something. Like
More of like a
making
joke or whatever.
yeah, like if someone was really trying to skew people with like a fake account or spreading fake videos to the news or whatever, or was trying to make a campaign ad that misconstrues something, then I feel like that would be considered wrong. But if you make a crappy deepfake of Obama going, oh, I love Trump, I feel like it would be lame and gay to then try and jail someone for that.
I love Trump.
Does it hurt their character is realistically the question.
Huh?
Does it hurt their character, who they are, stuff like that? Like, does it affect what they can do? Does it affect their personal life?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like I feel like this shouldn't have been general. This should have applied to real threats. But like actual campaign material. But I think it's general because Gavin Newsom is being disingenuous. He wants a chance to silence a particular side. He wants a chance to make political prisoners of those who would make social changes in his state with memes or whatever other internet paraphernalia.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
I think this is ultimately about something else.
I'm being eaten. Oh.
Which, is classic government legislation, honestly.
Holy
you do
crap,
something
Lois.
that sounds good and is a good
Dropped a
idea
T-fib, I guess.
to deal with,
I got
and then
it.
you use, you use that as an excuse to backdoor something else. It's,
Yippee.
it's classic
Getting the
government,
shit kicked
especially
out of
in
me.
California.
How'd you do that?
I mean, we got a lot
I
of
don't think
them.
it's definite defamation to make deep fakes of Obama saying stupid things.
Yes and no.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if it was like
depends on you
clear
having
that it was a
fun
parody
and
or joke,
how you go
then
about it.
Well, like I said, it's got to be serious for it to actually be dangerous. Like, you would actually be... Like, for it to count as election interference, it would have to be serious. But this is not... You know, and that's where I'm
I
saying that
guess
this
it's-
was a good idea, but the application is very poor because we know that's not what Gavin's after. Gavin's just after the... he's just after the other side. It doesn't... This is just an excuse to cherry pick who he wants to silence.
yeah, I agree.
And therefore, it should have been more specific. It should have more specifically
But
applied to campaign advertisements and that kind of thing, and not social media humor.
But I'm kind of arguing that it would already be illegal under like in a trial. It could be argued that you're using the likeness of Obama through AI to spout false things about his character or whatever, or what he thinks, and so you're impersonating him. So you could argue it in court, I feel, without even having to make this stupid law. But Obama, I think, would have to do it. Have to be like, hey.
Yeah, you would
impersonating
have
me.
to pursue it personally.
Yeah, it's kind of like
That's
the,
not something the government should do on your behalf.
famous AI porn thingy, famous people. You know what I'm about? The
Mhm.
deepfakes.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing with that. I don't think that should be legal.
Yeah,
Since
you,
you're using
you should
likeness.
definitely
Oh my
not.
gosh.
Definitely not. You should definitely not be able to make porn of people. That's
Right.
crazy.
Now,
But Gavin's not focusing on the important things here. He
no.
doesn't care about that. He wants to silence people who make Obama memes.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I do like the memes of all the AI stuff, like Trump and...
Yeah, I like the ones where they play video games.
Yeah,
It's
that's
hilarious.
pretty funny. So, I wouldn't want that to be technically the law of the land if it's like in a parody joking thing way, but it would have to clearly state that and not like, oh, I'm
Right.
trying to trick people into thinking this is the real people and this is what they're saying.
Right.
So like
Exactly.
the Elon, they do like Elon deepfakes live streams to like get people to they basically scam people on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
So I would say that would be people seriously trying to trick people and scam them by impersonating Elon, and he should sue them.
See it?
But-
Yeah, that's obviously
I think it's in the
good.
house. Ah!
Oh my gosh. He's beating you.
Help!
Oh no, he's beating me. I have no health. There's two of them.
What? I'm helping Micah at the moment.
I think there's more bombs downstairs.
There's
You
none
can
near
get
me.
them.
Oh, they're coming my way now.
I got it. I'm running.
Oh no, bro.
How are you down again, Micah?
In. Because the
This is
tank
dark.
was in the doorway.
No, Tommy.
These two tanks are just like raping, dude.
Nope. I took a rock
Uh.
to the face. That was too close.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's the news of the week. Side note,
This is a struggle.
Side note.
Mm-hmm.
Side boob.
Got a little more One Piece season
Ooh.
2 news for you. Just to butter you up.
Just to butter me up.
Yeah, just to butter you up.
Then you heal yourself, Jensen. What the heck?
What?
We have an extra first aid.
What are you
They've
talking
cast.
about? Oh shoot, I forgot.
So
They've cast
Should probably grab that.
Nico Robin and Mr. Zero. Of course, Mr. Zero is better known by a different name, but I will not say who that is.
What do you think, Jaeden?
I think you should shut up and go away.
True.
Respect the sign.
It's a nice head, though.
I'll beat you up.
Oh.
Just heard him. You heard him. He said he's gonna beat children on your stream.
Anyway,
Thought I was bad.
Joe
I think
Manganiello.
it's-
Joe Manganiello is playing, and I'm probably saying his name wrong, is playing Mr. Zero. Good pick. Good pick. A man who can be very charismatic and evil at the same time, and a big nerd. Big nerd. He's acted in a lot of stuff. You'll probably remember him. Micah, we watched him recently because he's Flash Thompson in the Spider-Man movies when he was younger. He was married to Sofia Vergara, so he's a bit of a legend. But he has written a ton of official D&D paraphernalia.
Anyway.
He invented his own board game one time. He has his own...
The jock from Spider-Man.
Yes, he has his... Ironically, he has his own D&D themed store, which has jewelry and clothing and stuff. I think it's called Death Saves, which is a fun name there. So big nerd, definitely an actor to have in One Piece.
Bye,
Probably
Cruel World.
good for the role.
Was
You
One Piece
guys.
Huh?
was One Piece season 1 good?
Micah, let me
Yes.
die. You all saw that. Oh no,
Yes, it
stream's
was.
not working.
It was actually.
I don't.
The creator of One Piece is a big micromanager, so he was all over that thing. Made sure to quality control the show. I mean, he would even reject scripts, reject castings. There was even stuff he would tell them to go back and film again. It was fantastic.
Yep.
So he was able to keep the quality in it.
Yep.
But anyway, they've also cast Robin. They casted a Russian actress I know nothing about, which is
Makes
good
sense.
because there was a rumor that they were only searching for Asians.
Dude, the spot is the worst.
But thankfully, she's Russian like she's supposed to be. And oh my gosh, her face looks so much like the character. It's crazy. She's got like the thin nose and the eyes and everything. It's nuts. She looks just like the character.
It's your
Absolutely
doppelganger.
mad. So I mean, if she can act, it's just going to be perfect. Which is wonderful. And what a strange character too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm caught up on the
Hmm?
One Piece anime. That's going pretty good.
yeah, I'm like 1/11th. 1/11th through the whole thing. I'm
Yeah,
not
you're
very
still
far.
in Alabasta.
I'm in the latter half of Alabasta.
And I'm like, I think I'm around halfway through Egghead, is where the story is now. At least anime wise.
Wild stuff,
but-
wild stuff.
But what was it? Yeah. So I know every week I try and do something positive. Give the viewers something to do. So remember,
And
all of
more
y'all
about One
matter.
Piece, but whatever.
yeah. I'm
Yeah, watch
giving
One
it
Piece. That'll make you inspired.
But all of y'all's lives matter. You matter to, someone out there. Whether
Except
it's
for
a
you,
family
Chris.
member,
You don't
whether
matter.
it's a family member, a friend. You all matter to God as well. All of y'all's lives are precious. If you're feeling suicidal here in the States, call text 988. They also have a website now. Reach out to the suicide hotline. Reach out to
Ooh.
others. Ask for help.
Unless you're a
Get
man,
help.
don't do that.
Especially if you're a man.
They will send
Everyone's
police to
different.
your house.
Probably.
Don't do that.
No, get help.
If you're a man, go to therapy. Don't call anyone.
No,
call
just talk to
988.
your dude bros.
No, seriously,
No,
they'll send police to your house because suicide men are like increasingly likely to be violent. So they like get all up in your business.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they
I
do.
know people who have used it. They don't send police to your house.
I mean, the feds can't
They
do
got
their
lucky,
job
man.
right with that type of stuff. So
Right. But yeah,
God.
no. Call 988. Do what you need to do. Get help. All of y'all matter.
Also, suck it up.
No, get help.
Skill issue.
No.
Get good.
honestly, skill
Damn it,
issue.
y'all.
I dodged near-death experiences twice now.
And then
I'll do it again.
I do it for this country.
for skills,
Do
learn
it while
something.
playing
Learn
golf.
something new. Right now I'm listening to a podcast called Classical Things You Should Know. I just started listening to it recently.
Or you
know,
could just read literature for yourself. That's also a recommendation.
Well,
Yeah, we
people
could-
nowadays are illiterate, okay? They can't read.
That's
mean,
true.
Don't listen
Also
to
being
a
ableist.
podcast about The Great Gatsby. Just read it.
Jaeden,
I
you're
never-
being ableist right
At
now.
least watch the movie.
Jaeden, shut up for 5 seconds, please.
You're being ableist, bro.
No, classical things you should know isn't just literature. It's also ideas and ideologies. So
You just read the Bible.
arguments as well.
That too.
So how to debate and different types of arguments. What's an ad hominem argument? What's ad populist? So on and so forth. A strawman argument. How to identify them? What are they? Right. Classical things you should know is also Christian based off of a Christian classical education. So it is a Christian basis as well.
That's good.
The very first episode that they did was on the tripartite soul, done by Plato. Then you've got some other podcasts very similar to that as well.
Kills, man.
And for those of you that don't know what a tripartite soul is, I will summarize that for you guys in a second. But it is, like I said, an idea. It was Plato's theory of the soul, how the soul is broken up, right? So you've got the rational, the spirited, and the appetitive, right? So the rational side of the soul is your logic, right? Your logic, your brain, truth and wisdom, right? So on and so forth. The vice to the rational is pride and sloth. Then you've got the spirited, right? That's your emotion, your honor and victory, your courage. The vice to the spirited, by the way, vice stands for opposite, right? Your vice is anger and envy. And then you've got the appetitive soul, which is desire, right? So your stomach, your genitalia, right? Primal urges. So it
I
loves
love
pleasure.
those two.
A virtue should be moderation, but its vice, its downside is greed. You can become greedy only following the appetitive. So you need to have a balance of all three, right? Following those virtues, the wisdom, the courage, and the moderation, without falling into the sloths or the vices of pride / sloth, anger / envy, and greed. Right. But that's their very first episode. Basically, in a nutshell, they go in much more depth, and there's so much more that they cover as well. Highly recommend checking them out. They all seem quite smart. I'm currently on, like I
Adderall.
said, I just started watching it recently. I'm currently on episode 19. which is the Trivium Redux. I will also say that this has a lot of Latin ideals in it, right? Words in it. You've got the Trivium, stuff about leisure, stuff about Dante's Inferno,
These
the
tanks,
seven
bro.
deadly sins.
How to be a Latin
You've got
lover.
logical fallacies, part 1 and 2.
You
What
should
is it,
memorize
Brett?
all the fallacies categorically.
Yes,
Oh,
do
no.
it.
There's a lot of work
Please
to do
don't.
there. Yeah. And then you've got, the ethos, logos, and pathos. Quick summary on the House of Atreus. The spheres, right? So what was the average medieval person's understanding of cosmology, right? You've got numerous spheres there.
Cosmology, is that like cosmetics?
No, that's
Like
space.
makeup.
That's
No,
cosmology.
right.
space.
Universe.
Cosmology is space. Cosmetology is makeup, hair,
Space.
face.
I thought that was
Metaphor.
cosmopolitan.
Oh, the ice cream.
No.
There's a lot of stuff they cover. Like their fourth
Good Lord.
episode is one about the Christian knights.
All right, Micah, best joke of the night.
I want the Crusades. Do they have one about the Crusades?
Yeah, the Christian knight, and then you also have episode 20, which is the 4 senses of Scripture, which
Bro,
was
you got me sold.
put down as Dante. They currently have, because like I said, I recently discovered them. They have 266 episodes, and I am on episode 19.
Oh my gosh. That's a
So-
lot of episodes.
Highly recommend. I mean, they've been doing it since 2017, so
Buying son.
Naturally.
highly recommend checking them out and learning some stuff from them. And that's more classical information, that's going to be literature and rhetoric and such, right?
Reddit.
Rhetoric.
Oh, no.
the Reddit.
Rhetoric, right? The next one I'm going to recommend is a podcast called Hard Times, Strong Men as well. They cover a lot more of the tactical, small
it
unit
called?
tactics, survival.
Hard men, strong times.
No, bro.
Hard Times, Strong Men, not Hard Men, Strong Times, right?
No,
I know
bro.
that's what your stage name is.
That's still. I mean, either way,
It's
that
so
still
good,
sounds
though.
like a porno. I'm sorry.
Hard Times, Strong Men. You know
Yeah.
the saying?
Yeah, I think
Right?
I've seen that
No.
on VHS.
Oh yeah, I know this saying.
I just.
Hard
That's
times
hilarious.
make strong man make good times make weak men make hard times make strong men.
Yeah.
And thus the cycle begins again.
But
Oh,
they've been
yes.
going for a second. They're relatively young. They've been
So
around
funny.
since 2022. So, with the three of these, with these two podcasts and our podcast as well, not saying
That's the
we
holy
have a
trinity of
long way to catch
podcasts.
up with them. We don't have no sponsors yet, and we're still quite small. But with those three podcasts, you cover pretty much everything you need to know. We cover a lot of the present day news and information that's being thrown your way, right, on a weekly basis. Hard Time Strong Men is teaching you, how to be mentally tough, situational awareness, guerrilla fighting, weapon familiarization, stuff like that, right? While classical things you should know is teaching you.
You never know when you're
education.
going to get into a guerrilla war.
Never know.
Yeah, those gorillas, they're violent.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, have you seen Harambe?
Their penises are quite
Justice
small,
for
though.
Harambe.
That's
That-
true.
In episode 105 of Hard Time Strong Men, they have two episodes on gorillas. One is episode 3 or 4, and then another one in 105. In 105, they talk a lot more about the two man-eating lions in 1890, I believe, that stopped the British Empire and 8,000 railroad workers from doing their
Oh
job.
yeah, there's a movie about that. What was that
Yeah,
called? This Val
Dominions.
Kilmer movie.
Mind you, these lions were massive. Like, you can see the pouch in the Chicago Museum of Natural History. They have shrunk a lot because they weren't preserved correctly, right? At the shoulder, these lions were 4 to 5 feet tall. At the
Oh
shoulder,
my.
which means when they raised their head, they could be looking you dead in the eyes. These were massive lions, maneless lions. And one of the things they would do is, at first,
Ah.
only one or two, or only one of them would enter the camp and drag you off into the night, right? And before they would come into the camp, they would roar on the edge of the camp, letting you know of their presence, which is not normal lion behavior, by the way. They typically try and be stealthy, like cats. They did this for sport.
I recommend you watch the Val Kilmer movie. It does a good job at conveying this.
That's insane.
And we know of at least
Testicles
135,
featured.
150 disappearances of the railroad men from when the lieutenant colonel arrived to when he killed the lions in that 9-month span. 150 people disappeared. Grown men disappeared in the middle of the night in 9 months. I know the numbers that scientists are saying is they only killed 72 people because of their bone composition and such, right? You can see their diets based on that. But we also have evidence that when they would, go into the middle of camp and drag you out screaming and kicking and screaming from your tent in the middle of the night, they wouldn't eat you. They might take a bite or two, but they wouldn't eat the whole body. They were being, extremely wasteful, which is another sign they did this for sport. But yeah, no, these lions were legitimately evil. The first one that they killed took 3 shots of 30-30. And then the second lion took 9 different shots. Took 9 rifle rounds to kill it.
Oh my gosh.
It broke a hind leg. One of the boards broke a hind leg, another one broke a front leg, and this lion was still dragging its injured body, to the lieutenant colonel to kill him. And it took a shot between the eyes to finally stop this thing. These things were monsters. And we know they terrorized the local villages as well, because the African villages in the area had a name for them. They called them demons, which tells you everything you need to know. But that just goes to show that 2 lions working together stopped 8,000 men that had 8,000 men in their tracks. Right? And these are lions. Right? You grab 2, 3, 4 humans doing guerrilla warfare tactics, being smart, you can stop just as many, if not more, men doing very little. 1 or 2 men disappearing in a night type of thing. And they break down fast.
Just gotta be dedicated.
But those are the 2 podcasts I'm going to recommend you listen alongside ours. And it's convenient because Classical Things You Should Know releases their episodes on Tuesdays, I believe. We release ours on Wednesdays. We have our live streams on Wednesdays. And Hard Time Strong Ben, I believe, releases their episodes on Thursdays. So,
Should we fill that?
Triple threat.
Yep, triple threat, back to back to back. Learn more, know more, stay in the fight.
Oh, the tank's dead. Did we win?
Not yet.
Not
This
yet.
is screaming.
He really is.
Good
All
night.
right. Here we go.
Oh, another tank. Run away, run away, run away.
Just run, Micah, run.
Oh, it's not blowing up.
Micah,
Good
just
night.
run.
One and
I'm
all.
running into the water.
So anyway, back to that One Piece report.
Get to the boat.
So they showed off some sets, incredibly well done.
We did it.
But they showed the one set of the guy who lives in the whale, which was a part I really thought they were going to cut out. But apparently the guy who lives in a whale is going to be in there, which is fantastic. Because, I mean, in 8 episodes, you just don't have a lot of time to cover them crossing the Grand Line, Chopper's arc, and then, Alabasta at the end. So I'm surprised that they're going to have the guy who lives in a whale, but that's nice.
It's very important.
But, I mean,
what
I guess...
will say about the guy that lives in the whale, Crocus is his name, is he is an important character.
So they're building him up.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
Yep.
You guys
Night,
have a
y'all.
good night.
But no, the final thing. I had a final thought. Final thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Alvida.
Uh-huh.
Alvida is supposed to team up with Buggy. They have this whole gag where she comes back super skinny. And they're all like, who's that?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Well, this was not like official news or anything, obviously. It was just something that I observed. But the actress has lost the weight. She's skinny now. Superb. I thought this day and age, there's no way they're going to do that gag. Alvida's going to stay fat. No way. They're actually doing it. Skinny Alvida is happening, people.
Actually skinny or just like noticeably smaller?
No, not just smaller, skinny.
All right.
She actually did it. She actually took advantage of the situation, and she's healthy now. Fantastic. Bravo.
Sure.
Well, I think she's smart and probably saw that there's job security if she got skinny.
Well, it's true, it's show business. So yeah, anyway, One Piece Season 2, probably going to be great. Probably.
Cool. If you made it to the end, comment exploding whales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, comment
Bussin'
Exploding Whales
Whales.
50th Anniversary Remastered.
That's right.
Absolutely busting wheels.
And hey, thanks for listening.
Mm-hmm.
You black.